girl on the side. East side to the west side. If I ride, switch over the ride. She got a kiss in the stash. That's when it comes to the gas. By no means average. Long as she got to have it. Never get down so happy. Like the way you work it. No biggie. Bag it up. Like the way you work it. No biggie. Bag it up. Like the way you work it. No biggie. Bag it up now. Like the way you work it. No dibs going on with the rent, no doubt.
Play on that girl looks good.
It's nice to see some. Hey, Casey, how you doing? Welcome back.
Thank you. How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Great. It is nice to see some love in an airport. You know what I'm saying nowadays? I don't know if that was pandemic or what was going on, but just the love there was great.
It's a rare thing to see these days. So if it pops up here and there, like we'll take it. We need those good news stories amidst all the madness happening.
Yes, and it was fun, man. That was just too much fun. So I'm drinking this Pendulum IPA. I got a big old IPA. One of our local breweries here, or I'm sorry, one of our local beer bars put together a big old pack of 17 IPAs.
Oh wow!
For like $65.
Wow!
It was just too easy. All different ones. So this is the first one of the whole crew, and
okay.
It's all right.
It's okay, you know.
No diggity.
No diggity.
So with these clips, man, too, I always say that they end too quick. I wanted to see the rest of that. I wanted to see them get down, you know what I mean, do court and everything. But
you know what? You are not the target demographic of youngins who have 30-second attention spans, man. So you want the story. You want the fullness. Right. A lot of people don't. People just don't have the patience for it. It's sad.
So what you got there?
You know what? I went to my local Left Field Brewery, and it's a Go Ahead Raspberry Hibiscus Goza. Oh, hold on, there you go. Boom. Oh. And yeah, it's good. I was over there, and I was just like between this and another one, and they're just like, go with the Goza. I'm like, all right. So
gotta be a sour too with you.
Well, you know me. This is a good starter for me. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Oh, I love the glass. Love it.
Yes. I always love this one. It's good.
Wow.
So, what's been up? It's been a while. I've been all over the
place.
place.
I don't know. Handsome Casey's in the house. So that's good.
Thank you.
What's been, man, since the last time we saw you? I mean, and so what people don't know is one of the production things is Casey goes to production with us all week, but then he doesn't show up on the show. So no, it's all good. But my point is that I want people to understand how it all works. So not that Casey, not that we've been not wanting him on the show, not that he doesn't want to be on the show. I mean, obviously, again, if you go through production the whole week and then you don't show up on the show, obviously you're still a part of the whole family and the group and what we're doing and the messaging and all that bullshit. So, but my point is that, like, you've been busy as hell, man. So what's...
Yeah.
It's funny too, because again, remember this before I let you go. Remember this whole narrative before the pandemic started, or when it was early, or when people knew shit was about to get crazy. People were like, "How are we going to keep busy at home? Well, what are we going to do if we have to stay at home? How are we going to work? And how is it all going to work?" And quite frankly, I think we've come to a place to where we're doing way more than we were before we were told to stay at home. And that, you're my great example of this. You're my example of this. Number one.
All that time I would have, wasted before on like the commute to work. That got eaten up quick. People found ways to use that time. Like these last 2 weeks, especially, my boys were home because they had a bit of a COVID scare at school. Like a classmate had it from my older one. So, had them home for 2 weeks of isolation, got them tested, etc. But it's just like trying to do all the things, like things got busier over the last year. Now the kids are home and I'm just kind of like trying to do it all at the same time. Nah, man, it was not Not good.
And
But,
and we don't have to go into it, but like kind of vaguely, like has your work increased at your your day job? We know that you're in the book and right.
Oh, we can get into it. We can get into it. Like basically, like the day job is what happened is like I had a team going into like November, or no, going into October. One person went on long-term sick leave. One person went on parental leave. And so it was left to me and my other coworker. She went on vacation, so it was left to me. And then she came back, and now it's just basically like we're supposed to have like a team of like 8, and there's like basically like 2 or 3 of us holding it down. And yeah, things are only ramping up with the day job, and that's impacting everything else. So,
and that's crazy. And we have to address. I'm a terrible host. Why Doug's not here? Doug's not here because Doug got his second Fauci out vaccine thing.
Yeah. He's recovering from that. Fair enough.
Right. Well, yeah, and he just wanted to. I guess the story out of the vaccines is that the second one, your second dose, kind of, especially if it's the one, knocks you over. I seen it here in the house. It's true. So so he just took a precautionary day off. So everybody's looking for Doug. He's in the comments, I believe. I think this is Doug.
He is. Give me shout outs. Thank you very much, Doug.
Right. Hey, that's Doug pointing out Casey's here. Okay, cool. What's up, Manny?
Manny.
Casey back. So have we progressed on our book?
Oh yeah. I'm still been working on it actually. So I just got the publisher to agree on the title with me. So we're waiting for a few last minute things to get it sorted out, and then it will be announced to the wild so people are aware it's happening and I could talk about it a little more freely. But I've been writing up a storm. I still have some pieces to put together. I have about 3 months left to write it. So I have to start hollering at people and start getting all these last bits together. But it's still heavily worked on. But at the same time, this last year, so after everything that happened, back in late May with George Floyd and
1 second. Did you get this book deal during the pandemic or before?
During pandemic, yeah. Okay. So like it's well, let's call it the Black people timeline, right? Where everyone got hyper aware, and then I got on a lot of lists up in Canada, like, okay, Black creators, who are they? This Casey guy, let's like go to him over and over again for months on end, and then it turned into a book deal, and nothing slowed down. And so, I've been trying to write this while I'm doing like all this other stuff at the same time, which is not the best plan, but it's working out okay-ish. I mean, I'll admit I'm dropping balls all over the place, but it's I'm doing the thing. Woo! Thanks, Joe.
Yes, Joke is my favorite guest to have ever been on the show. That's why we made him a co-host. Cheers.
I'm gonna try and keep that energy level up. That's my plan.
Cheers. Absolutely, Joe. We already know. Cheers to that. So we got 3 months on that. And then you've been shaking it up too up there you've still been shaking it up with the bloggers up there.
Yeah, man. So what I was saying before is that this last year got me to grow up a lot when it came down to how I approach things, because before I'd just be kind of like, I just show up in conversations like I'm a dad and I happen to be Black. So yay, let's bring them. Then I was just saying like, I'm a Black dad, eat it. And that changed up a lot of the conversation up here. So people know that if they want to get, serious, there you go. Thank you. Right. So you want a serious conversation with a side of humor and everything else that like it all gets mixed into the same thing now. And I think people come to appreciate that a lot more because I'm just like, I'm full on honest now. I'm not like holding anything back. I'm like, let's go. And yeah, it's been good. Busy, but good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. I'm opening up my second one. I was complaining about how I didn't like that one in pre-production. This one. Let's just keep it real. Talk about keeping it real.
Obviously.
I was complaining about this. I wasn't a fan. But I don't know. Sometimes the proof's anyway. The proof's in the pudding. It started to go down really nice. So now I'm on to, which I love this can. Space Time.
Ooh.
Hazy IPA from one of my faves out of Milwaukee was Good City, right? Good City. Yeah, Good City Brewing. Hazy IPA with Galaxy. Man, I'm gonna need some I'm getting old. I need some spectacles.
You know what?
I can't even read the ABV on this. It's horrible.
It's funny. So last time I went up to the optometrist, my eyesight actually got better because I don't use glasses to look at the screen. I just kind of like I can see from this distance, and he's like, your prescription got better, and I'm like, that's a good thing. That's a good problem. I'll take it. But I still like glasses for fashion. Like I'll show you the pair I recently got. Hold on, I'm going to show you. It's kind of crazy. So it's from a British brand called Cutler and Gross, and they're just ridiculous. I haven't cleaned them off, so they're a little grubby, but yeah. So they're really heavy. They're really thick, but like the shape of them and everything is just kind of ridiculous. Where it's just like people see them and they're like, "What are you wearing?" And I'm like, "That's right. That's right." But I usually just need him for driving. I don't really need him for much of anything else. So I have a bunch of glasses that I kind of just all rack up in my drawer here. And yeah. True story, guys. True story.
No one wants to be defeated.
You know what? I love Weird Al. I love Weird Al. He's come up with some hits over the years.
Oh, my friend Stephanie just had a new beer in Memphis. It was fantastic. She's on vacation. Cool. Cheers, Stephanie.
Well done, Stephanie. More details, please.
Oh, this one here. Yeah, more details. Galaxy Hops is popping off here. This is it says hazy, but I will put it on in the middle between juicy and punch your face hoppy.
Is juicy good for you?
Oh yeah. Right.
I
want juice.
I look forward to eventually getting down there. I want to get down there eventually and just like just check out the places you like to go to because.
Oh wait, down where? You want to come to America?
Eventually, no time soon. Sometime in the distant future where all this is worked out and the ever looming threat of America right across the border is no longer a thing. Where it's like, okay, cool. We're good again. We're good again.
Well, hold on though. I was gonna say this is one of the things I want to talk about where we have Doug. Vaccines clearly affecting this stream. We don't have Doug here today because of the vaccine, but the vaccine is one of the things we're starting to do good, Casey, and you guys are starting to lack.
Oh, so we are slacking.
I don't know if you want to open the borders at some point here. You see how this is slowly but surely.
And now the tables have turned.
No, it's funny though. I did hear a story though, not to get into the politics and all that too much, but there was a story this week that Joe Biden actually bought. Now we have more bought than we need. So I think that's just going to turn into us like giving you Canada and Mexico and saying, here guys, you need to catch up so we can all like open up.
Yeah.
Start the inner. You know what I mean? Like it's just so weird. I mean, it's been going on so long, so it's just so weird how everything is shifting, and it's just crazy. I don't know if you have any comments.
It's funny. It's one. Let me do a more high level comment on that. Sarah actually mentioned something interesting today. She's like, "You ever notice that after the election happened, everything cooled off with that? We hear no U.S. politics up here anymore." I'm like, yeah, we don't hear anything. it's like all just quieted down. I'm like, I guess we just assume everything's okay down there. Yeah, okay, cool.
Better than before.
I couldn't say, honestly. It was a funny realization.
Yeah, we don't have a president that likes to tweet at 3 a.m. on a Saturday night some racist shit. So that's how it's kind of gotten. It's kind of like we got a boring ass president who no one really wants to hear talk generally. Again, Donald Trump was always must-see TV because you knew he was going to say some crazy ass.
Yep.
Right. You knew it. You knew it was coming out of his mouth. And he knew it too, and that's why he loves his ratings and all that. But we actually have 50 days in, a normal president vice president, and they act in a kind of normalish presidential way, and it's gotten us back to being, in my opinion, the arrogant Americans that we always were. I mean, we still are. But like,
Okay.
but it's a good thing, though, man. It's all for your mindset. For most of it's a good thing. The people who liked him, they're still upset, but they're going to be upset, and that's just the way it is.
People, they're going to stay upset. That's just how it goes. I think we have to accept that certain people are going to be stuck in their opinions forever and a day. So.
Right. And Oprah, you get a vaccine and you get a vaccine. How? Let's get two of them.
Check under your seat.
Yeah. So tonight we have a mystery guest.
Do we?
Yeah, it ain't time for that shit yet, though. But soon. So I just want to make sure we caught up with you totally. Because, as I said, I get messages. Where's Casey? What's Casey up to? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
So,
yo, if y'all want the list, like I should.
yeah, anything else? What else are we working on? What else is going on? We got any stories, anecdotes? Your time, bro.
What's been good? I mean, okay, so if you follow up with me on the socials, even like the socials got quiet for a second with the boys here, but I literally have like 3-4 like podcast interviews or news interviews going out a week. But Greg knows this. It's time for a shameful confession. I put way too much time in on Clubhouse in the last month. Oh my God. Okay.
Speak on it. Let's hear about it.
So Clubhouse, for those who don't know, is an audio chat app on iOS, and it blew up. Like it in the last couple months has gone from something like 100,000 users to something like 6-8 million now. Like it just went crazy. And basically you sit in there and you chat with people in rooms. And I got really connected with a bunch of individuals who, moderate rooms and stuff like that. And just, one week I looked at my whatever that app is on your iOS that tells you screen time, right? Tells you how much time you use in a week. And I use something like 60 hours in a week. That's not good. You don't use that much time on an app. That's just not a good thing. So
people normally work 60 hours a week, Casey.
yeah. Welcome to like my 5th job, right? So
right.
So I learned after a while that I need to scale back, and I have accordingly. But it's what it did is kind of elevate my profile at the same time. So like because it's such a new app and a lot of Canadians don't know that much about it yet, whenever someone would have gone to go for like someone who knew what they were doing on the app, people would holler at me over and over again for the last month. So I've been in all these panels and discussions on Clubhouse on top of everything else I had going on already. And I'm just like, perhaps I need more bodies because one of me is not cutting it with this anymore. It's just not working. And so, yeah, I'm learning, guys. I'm learning to like do better at managing time and abilities and stuff. But it's fun. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. I agree with the comments here. Yeah, 60 hours. Yeah, it was a rough week of talking all the time. But the other thing is that, if you're young on the app, is people looking to like, there's a lot of people who are solo in their homes and trapped, and they're just kind of like, looking for people to talk to. Well, a lot more people in their, 40s, 50s are there making business connections. I was kind of in this weird middle space where it's like, I wasn't trying to do business, but at the same time, I'm not single, so I'm not trying to connect with anyone. I was just kind of like, I'm just be on here speaking my truth. And I think that was just some weird thing that people really resonated with. And so you had the younger people looking up to me as like this elder statesman who, could give them all the guidance when it came to relationships and kids and stuff. I'm like, I have a 7 and a 5-year-old. I don't know shit. Like, I'm just whatever. Whereas like, all the older people are looking at me as kind of like this up and comer who figured everything out and is able to like work it all into a business structure. And I was like, I don't have time for most of this, but okay. Like, so yeah, let's just say I've been doing some learning. 2021's been a lot of learning and trying to figure out how to manage my time a little better than poorly. Like poorly is my bar. That's where I'm usually at. So I'm at like a little bit above that where I'm like, I'm getting better, but yeah, unless I clone myself. I've thought about this too. Daniel, you bring up a good point because the problem with cloning is that each clone will still have my mind and will still all want to do the same amount of stuff. So I'll just make myself I'll just multiply how busy I am because now I'll have more people doing more stuff. It's not a good call. I can't clone. I need other people who aren't me, because I am my own worst enemy to like the nth degree. So yeah, I have thought about it though. I have.
So let me jump in again. Steph's going to show us. So this is what Steph.
Ooh, Ghost River Gold.
Gold River Golden Nail. So yeah,
That does look good.
8%. What I see? Or 6%. Either way, that's.
It looks good. It's good art.
Yeah, and a heavy one too. So yeah, always learning. Joel says.
Yep. Yeah. No. So it's just been a busy set of months, especially. I feel like the last few months have been crazy. But I'm hoping that by the time I hit summer, I can chill, kick my feet up a bit. One thing that we haven't done in Canada is close the outside. The outside is still a place we can go to and live in. And so we have, cottage and camping trips planned out for the summer. My wife is a wonderful planner. She does it so much better than I do. So she's been on top of things, and we have, I think, at least 2, if not 3 weeks already figured out for the summer of just chilling away from the city.
But you told me on the side, but what? Again, getting back to real quick though, I think this is Doug. I'm not sure. I mean, it was nice to have a presidential address where he needed to say left the stream, no commentary afterwards, no like press conference where he goes off the rails and says crazy shit. Yeah, it was. I had to add that. It was so nice. So then we were talking on the side. And we spoke about it a little bit before about how Canada, you guys are really good, in my opinion, about shutting down early. And I actually, again, early in the pandemic, almost up until yesterday, I wanted to be in Canada or in America. But since Joe's come in and accelerated the process, anybody who's paying attention can see that Joe has accelerated the process. Mm-hmm. He came out yesterday and said about all adults should be able to at least get on the list May 1st. What do you guys? Yeah. Yesterday he came out and said it, and I don't know, at this point, he's only 50 days in, but whatever the man has said at this point, the man has done. So I'm just, yeah. He came in and said, we're going to do this by 100 days. We're already there. He already said we're going to do something else. We're already there. I mean, he's just completely the opposite of what we just went through, which is a man who said a lot of shit and never did anything. So my point is, where you guys at with the vaccine, and when do you think you're going to have availability to it at this point? Things change really fast, but
yeah. We're at the rollout point for our most vulnerable populations. So the seniors and everything are getting it now. I don't think that we're going to see it for most of the Canadian population until sometime in the summer. Some people say July, some people say August. But you're right. We have not done as well at rolling it out. It's a much slower rollout up here, and we have a long way till figuring things out. In the meantime, we're all kind of in our spaces doing our thing. But it's been cold season, like it's been winter. Winter sucks, and we stay inside anyway. Now that we're starting to get into warmer weather, we have some thinking to do, right? And so we'll see how it all works.
You guys run outside. I don't know. I would suspect that you guys run outside harder than we do, and we're going to be running outside. Don't get me wrong. Like, especially after this winter and the pandemic and all that, I'm expecting people to be right. And I feel you guys are. I don't know. I feel you guys are more. I think you guys are more active in the winter than we are. Actually, I really believe that. Yeah. Actually, I could be wrong. So then there's kind of less of a big old push. We're somewhat active, but. In the pandemic's just been hard. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost like built into the state of fuck.
I mean, listen, there's a reason. There's a reason why Canada, every odd year or so, Canada like kills it at the Winter Olympics and takes top podium, and the U.S. is like, but we're amazing at all sports. How are you doing this? I'm like, we have more winter, yo. We got winter. Summer, we're okay losing summer. We're like, we don't train half the year in the proper conditions. So if you guys get Summer Olympics, it's cool. But Winter Olympics, those years we win it, we're like, yeah, that's right. We love winter up here. Yeah, so yeah. We thrive. We thrive in the winter.
You should.
But it's just it's funny because there's certain things that are just kind of like I remember at the beginning of the pandemic how much I struggled with no longer having, being able to go out for lunch and poutine. Not poutine. Poutine was on my mind. I'll get back to that in a second. But not be able to go out to lunch and events and stuff like that. Like I was just kind of like, it took me a few months to get used to not having access to all that. And now a year in, I don't miss all that as much, but I do miss specific things like poutine. Poutine is something I haven't had in a year, and I'm just kind of like, oh my God, I need poutine. I need poutine so bad. But there's other things I get.
The problem? You can't get it on curbside. You can't get takeout. You can't get delivery. What?
We're not Montreal. We're not Montreal. Montreal has a lot more access to poutine because it's a French Canadian thing. In Toronto, if you're not in the right neighborhood that has a poutine shop, a poutinerie as they're called, in your neighborhood, you're not going to be able to get it as easily. So I've had other food, but it's not poutine.
A poutinerie.
A poutinerie. You don't just go to anywhere and just put fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Honestly, you'll just be quick. You need to go.
America. That's what we do here.
No. I remember going to Tonawanda. I went to a shop. I went to a place in Tonawanda and had a burger with American cheddar. And I'm like, why do I hate my life? What did I do to deserve this crap? Like it's. I
apologize. I'm severely apologizing for our ignorance. Okay, I got it. This man just said, "You guys just roll up to any place and they do poutine for you?" Yes.
Hey, you just roll up to a shop. Can you do some fries and gravy and cheese? I'm like, no, that's. Mm-mm. Oh, I love that poutinerie in the dance.
We're gonna get flagged for this one. We're already getting flagged for no diggity. So.
Did you miss this? Did you not miss this?
The no diggity was my fault, though. Oh, look at that! I just had a bastardized American. Right. Daniel says Montreal got that poutine on.
Montreal got that poutine on lock and smoked meat, and
Montreal.
Oh my gosh! Okay, Montreal Montreal style smoked meat where you put like your smoked beef and everything, and you put like Montreal steak spice on it, and it's just the most delicious stuff, man. You put it on a bagel, you put it on a sandwich, like it's solid. Montreal bagels too; they have really good bagels. Yo, Eric, stop.
10 times?
Why do you hate me? Why? Yo, my soul right now. My soul is hurting. Oh.
10 times though? That's a poutine man right there.
I feel so sad right now.
Bagels?
Yo, we do have bagels. Montreal has some solid bagels. We have places in Toronto, bagel shops that get it delivered daily from Montreal. That's how good that is. And it's a 6-hour drive.
Man,
I'm just saying, like Montreal has dope bagels. Montreal is my favorite Canadian city that's not Toronto, hands down.
I've never been, and it's always a city I want to go to.
I would love. We need to go sometime.
We were trying to plan a trip, and the lady's like, "Let's go to Toronto," and I'm like, "Cool," because we got people there. It's great. And then I was like, "I was like, fuck Toronto. I want to go to Montreal." So then we were looking at how to get to Montreal, and then I kind of included Quebec. And then she's like, "I don't think those people in Quebec are nice." And I'm like, "Oh wow, I'm not." Anyway,
that's a separate conversation I can guide you through sometime. Listen, man, come to Toronto first, get your bearings, and then if you want to go to Montreal, go to Montreal. But you need to come to Toronto. Toronto's dope.
Okay. Oh no, for sure. I'm gonna open up my third beer.
Oh,
and then we gotta bring on our guest. And then I got a video show. This is called Dun 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 from Hop Butcher, which is a brewery from Chicago, which makes me think and remember that I have to shout out our friend Afro Beer Chick. It's her birthday. She's an amazing human being, but also an amazing beer person. Look her up, and why don't I have a banner for her? Afro Beer Chick. Look her up. She's amazing. Anyway, she runs with these Hop Butchers. She's always putting up Hop Butchers. She's like, "Oh, this shit's cool." And I'm like, you know how it is. It's like envy. So yeah, dun dun. Oh shit!
I'm gonna open
let's
up
see
a
here.
jam up passion fruit peach dry hop sour from Collective Arts Brewery for my second one. ABV on this one is what? Where are the numbers? I can never tell where the numbers are. They're always
Smoke
all
meat
over the
is
place.
the business.
5.2.
No.
Burp.
What's going on?
It's a 5.2.
All right.
So we'll see how this goes.
Goes.
What kind of sour? I was gonna say that's a good joke, right?
Right. So while we do this, let me pull up a video before we bring on our guests.
Let's go. Let's go.
Notice I said more than one, folks.
Da da da.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, people. What do you guys? Wow, wilding out on this one, right?
You got it. There's no other option. That looks like a good color over there, man.
Yeah, she's pretty. Look at that hat. Wow.
This is good.
Pretty.
Oh, really? I didn't know Collective Arts gets down there like that. That's awesome. Yeah, they have good distribution.
Oh yeah, we've had Collective Arts on here.
Mm-hmm. They're
a
bigger one.
What were the tasty notes on that one?
This one, it has, like I said, it has passion fruit and peach in it, so it's really vibrant in the taste that comes out. And you know how a lot of people with their sours, it just ends up being kind of like a mash of nondescript flavors. You don't really get anything out of it, but this one you can very much get the juiciness in there, and so it tastes like, you know, having actual fruit that goes along well with the hops. So it's just, I'm loving it. It's good times.
Dun dun dun. Amarillo, Citra, and Galaxy hop beer. It says it's a double IPA. It makes for a very juicy, very non-bitter IPA. Very drinkable. Again, when I see double IPA, I kind of want the hops to overwhelm me, Casey. I want to be smacked in the face.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a smack in the face, but not too much to be offensive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn good. I don't know what a name like dun dun dun. I was hoping it was gonna be like bigger and badder and nastier, if that's a good thing. That's a word. So before we bring on our guests, I want to show a video, and then we're gonna have our guests opine on it. But this one's gonna hit close to both of our homes.
Oh no.
So, oh yeah. Fucking let's
kind of behind this whole integration thing. Let's all blend everybody together. You take a black man, you take a white woman, and they have children that are mixed.
Right.
You lose the distinction. Don't tell me you don't. I've known them. I know them. I worked with them. I worked with a black man, had a white wife, and the children were blended. And you know what? Those children are going to grow up. They aren't going to be able to hang out with the whites because the whites are going to say you're part black. They won't be able to hang out with the blacks because they're going to say you're part white. Don't tell me any different. And don't say it's some kind of a problem that we have with each other and we need to get past our racial differences. Nonsense. Nonsense. Absolute total nonsense. Celebrate the fact of who God made you and don't desire to change it. If you do, you're going against God's word. You're going against this book. Turn your Bible. It's still Plato, though. Interracial marriage is not of God. All right. There were times it happened in the Bible. I'll grant you that. There were times that it happened. There were times that God did not expressly say, okay, this is a very great evil, this is a great wicked thing. But then there are times that it is spelled out as a great wickedness, as a great sin. Ezra and Nehemiah. You can't duck those passages. It's still Plato, though. How's that integration working out? You see? So I'm a Bible believer, but I'm for integration. I'm for, interracial marriage and stuff. Okay, let me ask you a question. How's the Antichrist kingdom going to come in? By getting everybody together or keeping them separate? You see? There's a lot of people that have reinterpreted the Bible because of their modern brainwashed mindset that they've gotten from the liberal media.
Oh.
It's just disgusting. Okay. I'm going to be talking more about this whole thing here too in the future. It's still Plato, though.
It's still Plato,
There's
though.
a distinction. Why? God preserves distinction. I mean, who's really the sick person here? Who's really the sick individual? One that says, I think that there should be separation, there should be segregation, distinction. Preserve the distinctions of people. Preserve the unique nationality, the unique ethnicity. That's what I stand for. That's what Ruckman stands for. That's what Eric John Phelps stands for. But you get these people, these wicked modern liberals, and they come out and they say, let's eliminate the distinctions. Let's all come together. Let me show you. It's still Plato, though.
It's still Plato, though.
But when you play with Plato, you have red, blue, and yellow. And what do?
Put them together.
You keep them separate. Why?
No!
You put them together, they get all swirled together. You can't get them apart again. And you put enough of them together, different colors and things, pretty soon you got this gray blob there. You've lost a distinction. It's still Plato, though. It's still Plato, though. Then the next thing happened. There was a mission trip to Honduras. Again, professing Christian here. So I'm going to go down as a missionary, go down to this village in Honduras. And I had a little ulterior motive there. I actually wanted to find a Honduran woman. Because being a pervert at the time, as a lost man, looking at pornography, I particularly was attracted because of my perversion, to Hispanic women. And so I'd met one years earlier and just fell in lust with her. And I thought, I got to get another Spanish woman. You're not beautiful, and everything else. And so I thought, well, I'll go down on this mission trip, but I'll also kind of keep my eyes open, And, so I'm a professional wood turner working in logging and all this other.
What are you subjecting me to? Yo, okay. I can't. Frick. Did that? I can't. What? Did that man full out had a German flag on his wall? Like, I was like looking at him, I'm like, I'm
Jane, I don't.
Jane, thank you, Jane. I'm so lost right now.
We're all in this together, trying to figure that.
I can't.
Lost. Oh, that was his mission trip. Like, no, but like he professes all this, like, I'm better than you, and this, that, and the other thing, and then he slips in this little Mickey at the end. Was like, oh, okay. So I don't even know how to bring our guests on, but you guys know. So Doug, Doug scheduled his vaccine when he could, and he realized that it was on a Friday, so he wasn't trying to play with us himself. He wasn't trying to like get on the stream when he was all, whatever, just trying to recover. You know what I mean? Or trying to put alcohol in his body when he's trying to recover. So we got a couple of our friends that you guys are very, very familiar with to come on and to hype up and talk about this. So they're going to opine too, because it seems like I left Casey, a man of a gazillion words. The motherfucker's writing a book. He writes a blog. Man can talk. You saw it. And I left him speechless. So we're going to bring on our two friends.
Please.
HG.
Hey.
Harris. What are we looking at, JHG, real quick?
Madam blended whiskey. It was made by Republic Restaurants Distillery here in DC in celebration of Kamala Harris becoming the first female Black Asian vice president. Suck on that, you dill hole, whoever the hell that was.
Racist,
wow,
that insurrectionist nonsense people.
That like.
So it was funny dude, because like it took him a little bit before he got to like, well, this is what God wants. And I'm just like, you back up your racism with God. It annoys
Didn't he contradict himself on that entire point too?
Yes.
like 700 times. So the other friend that we're gonna bring on, no further ado. If you watch the stream, you know our friend. You love him, Jeffrey Bernstein. Food scientist.
Not as fun as beer or anything like that. It's just iced tea, y'all.
Nail specialist. Let's see him.
I don't know. Enthusiast. No specialist, girl.
Yeah,
I didn't ever take a class.
Let's see it. Let's see him. What do they look like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Look like
Well done.
looking like your hair, yeah.
Kind of,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
like mermaid vibes, right? My hair actually needs to get done. My husband reminds me almost every morning that I've got like way too many roots going in.
Thanks,
It's the
husband.
COVID. He doesn't get that. Come on.
Go with the Casey look. Go with the
I
Casey
mean,
look.
that's actually the next look, Casey, because what's going to happen is my kids keep telling me, well, my daughter especially, she's like, Abba, I can see your brown hair. Can you just cut all the green out? I just want your brown hair. Brown is beautiful. And I'm like, yes, baby girl. Okay, I think I'll do that. Brown is beautiful.
Good for her. Good for her.
Right?
So, JHG, that the whiskey looks fire. How is it?
It is excellent. This, as you can see, it's already been well consumed since Inauguration Day. And
So Jeffrey, real quick, what you have anything for that clip that we saw just before we jumped in? Because Casey had nothing.
it really isn't.
First of all, I wonder what their childhood was like if they didn't mix the fucking Play-Doh. So first of all, let's just talk about that.
Well, the whole Play-Doh thing was. Don't even get me
First of all,
started.
he's just bizarre. Like there was.
He's like,
he
he
mixed
together. I'm like, what motherfucker?
See,
Like,
he regrets.
I was more
He already regrets mixing Play-Doh. He's made that very
Like-
clear.
I mean, it's not like. I mean, listen. The mixing of Play-Doh stresses me out when I see my children do it because I like to keep all my colors organized. But I'm not going to tell my children not to do it just because
Right.
it bothers me. And my husband has to keep reminding me that stuff. Like, and I'm cool with that. Like, I know it stresses me out and like, I'll take it. But like, if I open up our big old bag of Play-Doh right now, it's like literally Play-Doh brown. Like it's Play-Doh and they still love it. And it's still every color under the damn sun to them. And they still make all sorts of damn things with it. So
Yep.
girl, he's just on crack.
I
He's
just
probably
think
smoking
it's
the pipe and like the meth pipe or something.
I just think it's the music. He's all offended about mixing Play-Doh, but he's not offended by going down to Honduras and mixing it up with those ladies down there. How about that?
Well, I mean, it's okay for white people to have kinks and talk about it. Remember, it's okay for that,
Right.
right?
Oh,
right.
It's okay for that.
He
It's
repented
the
for that, right?
exoticness that's okay for the white person to explore.
He repented, right? Is that what
I don't even know what it is. You know what he did.
Right. But I just wanted to these things they're annoying, but they're a constant reminder that there are people out there that still think this.
That actually believe it. And that's the craziest part.
Yep.
Right. And I think I'm gonna go out and say it. It's a public service, Casey. And I play these videos.
Casey, actually, I'm
my
going to tell you what had me cracking up was halfway through that video. You were like, "What are you subjecting me to?" I was like, "Yo, that's exactly the first time they brought me on." I was like, "What is this?"
This is America.
I know that you don't want my reaction until I'm on the show, but like, at least warn somebody. Like, it's some crazy stuff.
That's really it.
Wait,
oh my gosh.
Wait, was it America? Because what flag was that on the wall behind him? It was not an American flag.
Oh wow. No.
It was not.
Oh wow.
I thought it was a German flag on the wall. And
That's what I thought it was.
There's no German accent, so
Who can't?
He is
Gotta be.
So crazy.
He is not the craziest clip that I have saved here. He's not.
stop.
I don't doubt it.
Stop.
You want me to prove it right now? Did you see? I don't think you were on it. Did you see that one where the guy was jerking off and his mother called the cops on him? Did you see that one? Jason, you saw that one, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got something on that level, but we got to build up to that, guys. We can't just
a little foreplay.
We can't just.
Let's go out again.
There we go.
Title 18, United States Code, Section 242, color of law. You're all Nazis. All of them. I don't care. If I tell you you're an idiot,
Sir.
you're a traitor to the country. All of you.
Adios.
Huh?
What are you doing? Are you harassing me? Huh? You know, CDC says put 2 masks on. 2 masks. 2 masks. I'm
You didn't put 2 masks. Dude, shut up.
You're chasing and harassing me. You're gonna put your hands on me?
Dude, you fucking walked out yourself.
You're chasing me.
You're walking out yourself.
Bye.
I was like,
Bye.
they should have just let that door hit him where the good Lord split him or something. Like, just get him the hell out of there.
Yep.
He was trying to lock the door behind him, I think. That's what it seemed like. And then again,
boy.
Like that gave him the reason to be the victim. Like they're always looking to. They're the ones that are victimized, as opposed to spewing the COVID potentially everywhere in that place. And all the people in there, and then their family, and then their family. Forget it. What do you guys got?
I just want to give a shout out to Joel for a second because he brought up in the comments. He mentioned the drone in the bowling alley video shot in Minnesota. I don't know if y'all saw that. It was amazing.
It's really amazing. Yes.
So Greg, what they did is they took a drone and they took like 10 or 12 times to do it beforehand, but they did like a 2-minute video with a drone and it flies through the bowling alley, throws into the back of the bowling alley, goes like between someone's legs and everything. It's well done.
So they started outside at like a high altitude. They started in, they zoomed in, went right through the front door, went down an alley, went up around the top of the bowling lanes, went back around up front, went through some of the ball carry. It was amazing. You wouldn't believe that it was done with one drone, but it ended no CGI, nothing. Some 5-6 lane bowling alley with a theater on the side, because they actually worked its way into the little cubby hole into the theater, back out the theater, and back into the bowling. It was amazing.
We're gonna have to pull that up for next week.
Okay.
It was well done. It was well done.
Any comments on us opening back up and more of this shit happening?
You really want my honest answer?
That's what we're here for on Booze and Booze.
We got you on here, Jeffrey, so you can speak.
Honesty.
I think it's fucking stupid. First of all, you got a country. I mean, listen, Casey, I know you are a neighbor to the north, so I ain't talking about Canada right now, right? So our country is literally, not that we're failing at the vaccine rollout, but we're absolutely seeing so much more disparaging racial inequalities with the vaccine rollout. I mean, just look at Philadelphia and what's going on. It's absolutely disgusting, the vaccine inequity that's going on. And you've got places out, west that are looking to reopen up because of tourism and missing up their money. And it's like, I get it. We're in this for a year. I get it. We're here. There's literally no going back. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day that literally got my goat so bad because they said to me, we should have just closed up right when it happened. And I said, no shit, Sherlock. What fucking leadership did we have that was actually going to implement that here in this country? And what group of civilians here are going to be selfless enough to actually mask up, stay the fuck home? None of them. Because every single one of us know that at some point we broke a little rule. Every one of us, I don't care who he is, right? We had the mask down for a moment. We took a breath here. We took a breath there. I'm not talking about those people. You know who the people I was talking about. But no, we shouldn't be opening back up. I don't think so. I think we need to be doing much, much, much better.
To be clear,
and right now,
to be clear, right? We're not talking about everybody's opening up right now. We're talking about several states in
Correct.
a certain part of the country that have decided that they don't have to listen anymore and they're going to do it their way. And
Correct.
they're not ready for it. And they don't care if they're ready for it or not.
But the general idea is, whether it's today or in July, Joe just came out and said we should all have access to the vaccine by May. So even if it's July that we're opening up, in my opinion, it's going to be opening up and people are still going to have to wear masks. And we're still going to have little fat, bald-headed dudes like this motherfucker running around and pressing themselves on us. You know what I mean? It's almost a question of
well, we already do.
It wasn't a question of when we should. And I'm with you, Joe. I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I'm with you, Jeffrey. 1,000%. Too early. But when it's time, we're still going to have to deal with these assholes. Is my point. And then, dude, I haven't been out, man. So
we've had to deal with these assholes for.
Casey, I don't know how I'm gonna react. If I have to deal with that, I might just start screaming, "Get out! Bye!" I'm gonna be that person screaming, "Get out!" Bye.
I'm very much that person.
Antagonizing situation. It's antagonizing. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna be like, "No, bitch, get out!" Out.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's because the news we hear up here, for example, right? Back early pandemic, you'd hear about the house parties. You'd hear about all these people breaking rules and everything all over the place. That's died down quite a bit. I feel like there's, when new variant news came out, I feel like, I won't say that Canadians wisened up, but at the same time, I feel like, there's been so many, I don't know what kind of fines and fees you guys have down there, but for breaking quarantine in certain parts of the country, you get $5,000 fines per person.
That would be amazing here. I would fucking love that.
So people really lock it down. That's a lot of money.
People respond to money.
It's not that we don't have any. I think we have pockets of local governments that enforce it, but they're not it's definitely not broad. It's definitely not even on the state level. From what I know, there's no state that's you got to pay this. You guys are worse, man. You in England, they'll come right in your motherfucking house, tell you people to get out. We've had a couple. We've had some of that. We've had New York, JC, haven't we? I've posted things. We've had New York bust up big place 300 and 400 people. But we haven't had people come in, if Jeffrey had 40 people over at his Thanksgiving, he could have had 40 people at his Thanksgiving and nobody would have touched him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that kind of thing just goes. I don't know if that was going on up there. That wasn't going on up there, right?
There were some concerns. I mean, we're still talking about the fall where, I think things got real serious in the turn of the year when we started getting towards 2021. Things got a lot crazier. I think our Thanksgiving's in October, and I think that was really the last point where we're just kind of what's gonna happen? Are people still gonna travel? And I think we were worried about it around Christmas time too. But by that point, that's when the fines started happening, and people were more I think the last time a lot of people saw each other and they saw their families was Christmas. Personally, I haven't seen my mother and I haven't seen my parents since September, and I'm just kind of we're doing what we got to do. But I think in general, because of the policing, people stop you on side roads. Police will stop you on side roads and check where you're from, things like that. It's gotten kind of it's good, but it's also kind of scary.
But that's the kind of shit you need for the lowest common denominator kind of people who don't give a shit and will flaunt it, right? Unfortunately, those kind of measures almost have to be put in place because there are the people that just won't listen.
Right.
They won't care.
Well, and the country that just left a little bit over a month ago, whole people stormed their fucking capital. Can't be talking about any kind of cracking down on any.
We haven't forgotten about that little thing, the insurrection thing. Is that what you're talking about?
We never forgot about it, but we only rounded up 150 of those 800 motherfuckers that were running through there. Literally, and I love saying this because it's the fucking truth and people need to realize it. Literally smearing poop on our fucking capital.
Yep.
Literally take poop out of their fucking anus and put it in on the wall. So, with that being said, we can't be talking about anybody cracking down on anybody, Casey. That's not what we're at on this whole thing. Sorry to be a doomsday person. That's just the fuck.
No, that's just the truth.
40% of Trump supporters aren't going to get the vax. Well, 49%. So, Joe, I have my little anecdote on this, and I don't want to go too far on this. Is that I wish I could pull it up, but I don't have it. Is that like the most? So let's keep that up so that we know this is what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Casey, the states that are giving the vaccine out most, who have the most people fully vaccinated, are drum roll and Trump states. So they're running around doing what they did last election and the election before, which is telling the poll people, "Oh, we're not getting the vaccine," and then when the vaccine's available to them, they are running fast and hard to the vaccine. Mark Rubio. I can go on the list of all these senators who ran for the fucking vaccine the second they could get it, but they're over here telling people, "Don't do the vaccine." This is Trump. Him and Holland. Did fucking Cruz have his vaccine? The answer is yes. So, like, running to Cancun, doing whatever we want to do. So they're lying assholes, and
What makes it worse?
I'm saying they say they will, but when it's time for them to say, "Hey, you can get a vaccine," people will be running in line before any black people can get it. Just so you know. Come on, and they'll get it too before the black people.
And it made it worse that it made it worse that what was it? Trump and Melania, they were given the vaccine and didn't tell anybody that they got the vaccine.
It was horrible, dude.
They did it. They got it like months and months prior to him leaving office. Didn't tell anybody. Never said anything. They just got it. And
terrible.
Privilege.
Yeah, that's 35 million people. Joel is right.
What,
It's
200?
35 million.
You're right, Joel.
people,
Yeah,
300 million or something? Yeah, it's a
you're
lot.
right. It is.
It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. You're
that's a
right,
tenth
and
of
it's
your
horrible.
population.
But what
Yeah.
did JHG? What did you expect? I mean, what did we expect? And I mean, listen, shame on anybody if they had expectations of Trump and Melania at this point. Like anybody with that is just stupid. But like, I mean, of course they'd get the vaccine in secret. Of course they would.
Sure.
I mean, remember he had the miracle cure with all the drugs and top doctors, right? Of course he would get the vaccine in secret.
Remember the Easter miracle where everybody was going to be
Yes.
I was just talking about the Easter miracle, and I was kind of a little bit ashamed. Now, listen, I'm not here to Biden shame. I promise. I really do promise. Y'all know that he's way too center for me, but I was a little ashamed. Not ashamed. I was a little. How do I say? Disgruntled that in his most recent speech, he totally played the Independence Day card. Did you not feel that from his speech? We're all going to get to have gatherings by Independence Day.
Sure.
And like he totally played that card from Trump. He took that card from Trump, and it's what Trump did in the beginning, middle, and end of his term was give people that next carrot, that next milestone.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't think that that's a smart tactic. That's just not a smart tactic. That's playing dice.
It does.
And
Yes.
right at this point, it's just not okay anymore because we've already rolled too many dice. Too much has happened. And I'm going to go back to what I said earlier because we're seeing it terribly big here in Philadelphia. And that means it's rampant in other cities, but the vaccine inequity is only going to create more problems for, minority communities and underserviced and underprivileged communities because they're going to be the ones that have to go back to work that won't get access to the vaccine when everybody else that's got wealth, privilege, and is, colonial white is going to get the vaccine. And it's terrible. It's just not okay. So no, I don't think that we should be thinking about opening back up. I think that that's a terrible analogy. I think that we should figure out some sort of stage gate way to move forward and what that path is, as opposed to let's hope we get everything, there's no hope. I mean, yes, there's a plan. They're getting shots in people's arms, but let's see what happens. Let's look at the numbers of, let's make sure the vaccines work, right? We know that the trials work, but let's make sure that cases are actually slowing down where they are.
David makes a good point, though. Why not have facts back statements?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, but I don't feel that story.
I feel more secure about the potential to be back to normal, quote unquote, by fall during this presidency than I would have believed anything coming out of the pie hole of the last administration. So, because what have we seen in 50 days? Results. Plenty of results. A lot of things have gotten done that only improved our chances of being able to open up. And I'm going to shut up and you're going to talk about that beer, because what the hell is going on there?
Is that number 4?
I think so, yeah.
I was just going to ask, is that number 4?
I'm actually going to pour.
Casey, when Greg said number 3 was coming out, I was like, JHG and I aren't even on. He's going to be lit by the time we get on. This is going to be a hell of a show.
Right. And this is just not number 4. This is Pliny the Younger. And I'm about to see, I'm pretty sure I should see the comments blow up about this beer because it's a rare beer. It's fantastic. It's known the craft beer people as one of the better ones. It's just, yeah.
Why is it rare?
Well, it's rare because they only brew so much. And actually, what happens during the pandemic, they put it in bottles. But normally, this is a beer that you have to go to one of their brew pubs. And Casey, people plan vacations around this. People plan years in advance to go get Pliny the Younger.
Wow.
So yeah. Yeah. Pouring on a fire tonight. Right. Younger.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I said this before. When Doug's not here, so I feel like it's like we're at a substitute teacher type situation. Where like all hell breaks loose. When like it's not normal, like when the normal people aren't there, all hell breaks loose. So, yep. Dave Rogers says no kegs during COVID, so that's why I got it. In a nice what they call Tiku glass. And I'm gonna enjoy this, and then we can watch something positive and happy. And what do you got, JC, before we get to
They'll say he's got a heavy C's over there.
This is Heavy Seas.
Heavy Seas is so good.
25.
Heavy Seas.
I'm playing with fire too, because 25 is 15.5. I'm not messing around. But this is tasty.
Well, here we go. Our little bit of happiness for everybody.
Your hand if you have heard a rumor about Miss Barker and I. Okay. Hands down. Hands down. Who's the brave one? Raise your hand. Who can say what that rumor is? Emily, what's that rumor?
You guys are dating.
Okay. There is a rumor going around that Miss Barker and I are dating. So it's about time that we address that, I think, because I had a couple kids come up to me at recess today and was talking about it. Okay. The answer is yes, we are dating.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Quiet! Quiet! And we are a little bit more than dating.
Look at her. She didn't know this was coming.
Yeah.
And quiet, please.
Turning totally
Is he
red.
going to do that? Is he going to do what I think he's going to do?
I hope so.
After all this, yeah.
A little bit more than dating because I am completely in love with her. Quiet, please.
Look at her. Look at her
Quiet,
reaction.
please.
Her reaction to that.
Quiet, please. I was wondering if Miss Barker would like to become Mrs. Cipher.
Nice. That's awesome. Clearly.
Clearly, it's pre-COVID.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Yes.
I couldn't help
Yes.
it. I've been holding off.
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
But,
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh, that
It's
is
a good thing
cute.
for the teachers. I mean, they're
It's a
going
good. It's a good thing to show kids love and how you show and express love in a way like that. Versus, especially when you care so much about the kids that you're teaching, you want them to feel a part of your life, right? And that's a beautiful way to do it. And no teacher is going to expect their future spouse to do that in front of a whole bunch of kids either. So
She didn't expect any of
Nope.
that. She was turning as red as Jeffrey's clock in the back there. Like
she did.
Oh, that's
She
what
did.
that is.
Yeah, that's a clock.
I couldn't tell. I always saw part of it before. I'm like, oh, okay.
Is that a unique piece, Jeffrey?
It is not. It's a Wayfair special.
Jeffrey, speaking my language right now.
Hey,
Although
Wayfair-
I will say, it took a long time to settle on a clock. We wanted for a long time. I've wanted like a really big wall clock, and this is not our like forever home. I mean, we've been here for 15 years, but we're hopefully moving this year in our forever home with the kids. Our kids are 4. We have twin 4-year-olds, Casey.
Wow.
So our home is about 950 square feet. So we have literally like, woof, we are,
Yeah.
boxed.
Mhm.
I will say that's a Toronto mansion right there. That is a Toronto mansion.
Is that really a Toronto mansion?
As soon as you said twin 4-year-olds and it's 950 square feet, I'm like, my house is 950 square feet.
Oh.
It's okay. We got ownership of the basement over the pandemic, so now that we have 2 floors, it's just a lot easier. It used to be a bungalow with just 1 floor. It was crazy.
Yeah,
so
I
now
think
it's
what we're
like
struggling
it's
with
better.
is like where I'm sitting right now is our dining room. My kitchen's next door, and our living space is right over here. This dining room is literally covered in my husband's work equipment right now because since the pandemic and now since his new job, which is fully work at home, we don't have an office. We have our bedroom, the kids, the twins, the 4-year-old share a bedroom, and so yeah, we're moving this year, which would be nice.
Amazing.
That would be nice.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That would be
I'm
nice.
pretty sure this is Doug, but I could be wrong. That's great. It's awesome that the couples feel free enough to propose to public, perhaps when queer couples feel enough to do so on the same front.
I'm really glad somebody said that because like I'm biting my tongue that not only was it like another white teacher couple that I've seen propose like that, but like no disrespect, like as a person that grew up very queer, like I look forward to the day and have only ever seen one video of a queer teacher proposing. It was 2 men. I would love that representation one day. So I'm really glad someone said that because I
honestly
didn't want to play that card because it was a beautiful video
No,
and
it's
I
fair.
don't like to
It's
take
fair.
away from joy.
I honestly
Like,
thought that
and
they
you
were
don't
going
share
to.
happy videos like that always. So it was so nice to see.
I honestly thought they were going to go that way, like they were going to bring their significant others out, like from the
I had
hallway.
no idea.
I mean,
yeah,
I kind of thought that, and that would have been even better.
that would have been wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, I've only ever seen one video, and it was such a mass production that it made me cry. It was like one of those, you know how like mob crowds were like big a couple of years ago, and like everybody was mob crowding and like doing those things, flash mobs or whatever they are. And there was 2 gay teachers had proposed to one another, or one proposed to his other husband. And I was, it's like
Definitely. We need to. You're right. We need more representation. Like one of the things that we are getting really busy about educating people on up here is that diversity doesn't mean just skin color. It means representation when it comes down to all sorts of differences between people. So when it comes down to representation, we have a long way to go to like make sure that we have representation of all walks of life in everything we do.
Absolutely.
But I think we just need to keep force feeding it down people's throats until we're like, just understand already. Get it, people.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yes. Yep.
I'm so there with you.
Goes back to Plato, man.
Stop.
It goes back to Plato. Oh,
I am haunted by that video now. That video is going to be in my sleep.
you need to send me that link because I might do a dissertation on that video.
It's like a weird hostage video. It's almost like,
But
It is.
It
Actually,
is, isn't it?
JG, you're right.
Isn't
You're
it?
right. I agree with you.
It's a hostage video.
But what I struggle with is he didn't produce that video. Someone else did. And the reason I say that is because he kept going back to that Play-Doh thing. Like, he's like, oh, yeah, Play-Doh. And, like, they clipped that back in. So if he would have made that, he didn't make that where, like, I don't
It's
think
still Play-Doh, though.
You can't mix that shit. Right. Somebody made fun of him and did that. So this is a video I told the guys. So StreamYard has this. That's this. You know what is it? People want to know how sausage is made. StreamYard, which we stream to, has this new feature where you can load all these videos up. So I was telling the guys I woke up this morning and I wanted to do a video rama with them because I like James G and Jeff bring different opinions to the videos. And again, Jeffrey brought the idea about someone made a comment, but ultimately Jeffrey was like, look, I'm with him about the whole gay thing. It would be nice if we saw more gay people being able to be accepted in their workplace like this. So my point is that I loaded up,
especially the teacher profession. Like, that's not like, so I don't mean to interrupt, but like specifically in the teacher profession, like, I don't know that you and I don't know how much history you're aware of it, but like there was a crusade against gay teachers and teachers in the workplace or queerness in the workplace. And there still is a tirade. And I can't remember the name of the damn podcast. I'm going to have to look it up and follow it up. But like, I remember I had a professor in ninth grade English, and just, even though he wasn't out, I'm still going to, protect his identity. But like, we all knew he was gay. And I remember in 11th grade, right before I left, I heard him speak about his gayness and that he had to keep it quiet. And inside, I had to fight everything back because, like, I didn't want that life, but I knew what I was. I knew who I was. And it's like, here, this person's in their 30s crying that they can't be out, that they can't tell people that they're married, that they can't have pictures because someone thinks that they're going to catch this damn disease or, all of a sudden get AIDS, some stupid shit like that. Like, anyway, tirade, I stepped down.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain segment of people who think that, like, if you're in contact with a gay person, you're going to become gay. Or
Catch the game. Catch the gayness.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeffrey, no, it's cool, man. You got your point. But my point was,
I know. Sorry.
No worries. It limits you to 10 videos, and I started today with no videos, and I ended up 15. But this was one that was going to make. This one wasn't going to make the cut, but somehow it did. It just amuses the hell out of me. I hope it amuses the hell out of you guys.
Stop it right now! We will stop this tournament! This is stupid! This is absolutely ridiculous! Get!
Right.
Get out of here!
Hello.
We will stop this tournament right now! We are adults, and this is ridiculous! It is a cornhole tournament fundraiser! Cut the crap!
It's a cornhole.
Right.
It's a cornhole fundraiser. I would love to scream that.
So right.
This is a cornhole fundraiser.
Okay, so you guys got us at this big. Cool, got it. Excellent.
Oh dear Lord! Come on, people.
That was worth that. That video was worth that line right there.
Listen, JSG tried to bail us out in another video. He's like, "Was that America? No, that was America. That is America.
Yeah,
what we deal with.
Yep.
That's what it is. They can't go to a cornhole like fundraiser.
I need clarification on cornhole.
It is a.
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It is a game
it's a backyard game.
with like small bean bags that you throw across like a distance, and there are holes in a board that you drop.
Oh, that's what you call that game. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I played that game. I've never called it cornhole. That's interesting.
It has various names, but
I'm sure it does. I've heard cornhole. Yeah.
Cornhole sounds like the worst name to call that game.
Well, of course it's America, man. Come on.
It's just a beanbag toss. It's a bean.
Yes.
You toss a bean.
Yes.
It's literally
yes.
Cornhole.
Yes.
Okay. Today I learned.
It's
I don't know what to say about this. It's
there's not
cornhole.
much to say. It pretty
No,
much
it's
it said everything it needed to say.
It's like I feel like there's like, okay, so if you guys have seen previous episodes, for everyone out there, you know, there's I have the segment that I call, you know, you help me understand America.
Yeah.
Cornhole. Who thought that was a good name? Why?
I'm betting. I'm totally like there's no research involved in this. So my guess is that they didn't have little bean bags. They had corn cob, corn.
Okay.
And they were throwing the corn cobs, like the small little bits, and they were throwing that, and that's how it became cornhole.
I can see
corn
that.
into the
I can
hole.
see that. Okay.
That's my bet.
Keep it literal. Keep it literal. Keep it literal. I like it.
Yeah, literal naming.
Yeah, I mean, come on, seriously.
That sounds like a plausible
You're
thing.
probably right.
That's pretty much in a nutshell what America is. You know.
Oh, gosh.
Gee. Oh, I'll drink to that. Oh man.
Oh, this is going down so good.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
I think
That
Daddy
is
sort of
awesome.
froze. I think he froze.
Oh, Greg
Oh,
totally
yeah.
froze. Oh shoot.
Oh yeah, look
He
at that.
totally
Okay.
froze. He is definitely in like La La Land right there.
So
Yes.
everyone, welcome to Brothers and Booze, a show that I co-host sometimes with Greg and Doug. Doug is taking tonight off because he got the second of the COVID shots and wants to take some rest time, which is a smart idea. Doug, we appreciate you. We hope you're doing okay. And what the heck?
What?
I love it.
What is happening?
I love it.
Yeah, but it deleted all my fucking videos. Anyway, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
He's back with a mic and still my pliny.
Nice.
But yeah, no. I saw that was funny though. What you gotta admit that shit was funny.
You gotta wait till you did you hear what Casey started saying?
Yeah, I did. I heard
Oh
the whole
my god,
American
I'm
thing.
dying. Casey.
Right. How do you name that shit cornhole? Right.
Oh,
Oh,
my
I
God.
close
cloned
himself.
myself.
I know you
Right.
Daniel, yeah.
Yes.
Daniel, he solved it. He solved it long before I did. So now there you go. I have to talk to this man about his secrets.
There was a disruption in the
man.
space-time continuum.
You still haven't seen the craziest video that I found today. You still haven't. So
I don't doubt
Are
it.
you
I'm
bringing
just-
it?
Are you saving it for
Are
the
you bringing
end?
it?
I don't. I
Now?
mean, I got
Maybe.
other ones here too. Here, let's go to this one. Is again another funny one. You guys remember these videos? We all have them. The local used car salesman video, and he has like a series of them, and you see it. Well, this is I found this one today, and y'all can figure it out.
Crack a lacking, motherfuckers. Andrew from James Auto Sales. Ain't made a video in a while because the fucking town flooded. Rains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit. Start selling fucking boats. Anyway, hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping. The bitches are squirting, and then fucking refunds are churning, boys. Yaden's Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want from $5.99 to $69.999 or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Hey, anyway, all you bitches hating on there. Oh, why she talk like that? That's mean. He need to get fired. For one, I own the fucking place, so you can't fire me. So suck it, bitches. For two, you broke bitches couldn't sell pussy on a troop train. Anyway, I got cars, trucks, everything, folks. 1625 South Main Street. Give us a call, 877-289.
Goes on the spin and everything. Yes.
Oh
That
god.
wasn't that's not the craziest one I have actually.
Oh my god.
I'm so
No.
why?
No.
Why?
God.
Okay. I just I need someone to give me an understanding of like how do y'all have so many people who wake up in the morning? Like, you know it'd be a good idea today for me to go on TikTok.
Well, there's
This will be a good idea.
Million
Bitches are
people that
squirting.
are
Birds are chirping, bitches are squirting. Can we talk about that?
Birds auto sales. Ain't made a video in a while because the fucking town flooded. Brains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit. Start selling fucking boats. Anyway, hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping, the bitches are squirting, and then fucking refunds are churning, boys. Yates Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want from $5.99 to $69.999 or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Hey, anyway, all you bitches hating on there. Oh, why she talk like that? That's mean. He's so mean. It's fine. For one, I own the fucking place, so you can't fire me. So suck it, bitches. For two, you broke bitches couldn't sell pussy on a troop train. Anyway, I got cars, trucks, everything, folks. 1625 South Main Street. Give us a call, 877-289.
Oh God.
I don't know.
Don't
David
tell me
Rogers pretty much sums it up.
Just yep. Yes. Thank you, David. Thank you.
And actually,
Yeah.
never like the only thing David Rogers is a perfect message. The only thing you needed was hashtag never forget. Like, let's never forget that we elected Donald Trump. We thought it was cool for 4 years. Like ever. Like
I don't think
people
that was
like don't forget 9/11, don't forget the Normandy, don't forget Pearl Harbor, don't forget Donald Trump.
Nope.
Like
No.
no.
Yep. That was another
No.
that was another national disaster.
I just
$69.99 for one of those big ass trucks. Where does this guy from?
I could have sworn the guy said 69.69.
That's what I thought he said too, JHG.
That's what I thought he said.
Well,
You know, I mean, why not throw that out there too?
I mean, every other euphemism that was in there, I mean, it was appropriate. So maybe that's why our brains went there because the internet broke us. But I don't know.
I just want to let everyone know.
Like that.
I just want to let everyone know I renamed myself in honor of this entire event, that video, because that is sticking with me forever. This is something I can't erase from my mind at this point, and I'm like,
oh man, pages are
Crack-a-lackin', motherfuckers. Andrew from Yates Auto Sales. Ain't made a video in a while because the fucking town flooded. Brains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit. Start selling fucking boats. Anyway, hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping, the bitches are squirting, and then fucking refunds are churning, boys. Yates Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want from $5.99 to $69.999 or whatever the fuck. I don't care.
$69.99. Right.
$69.999.
Yates Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want from $5.99 to $69.999 or whatever the fuck. I don't care. $69.99. All you bitches hating on there.
$69.99.99 is my new price for everything.
$69.99.
And again, that is not the craziest video I have. It's just not. And I think once you see the video, you guys
my
will
Lord.
agree. I have another one here. It's not the crazy one, but it's one that we should see here. Where is it? Like, they knocked all my videos out when they kicked me out. That's not cool, y'all.
Lauren,
this one.
You had no idea what you walked into. You might want to walk out.
Yeah, well, this is crazy shit too.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Workers are getting into it too.
I knew someone was gonna go there. I knew someone was gonna go there.
Like, Wow. Listen, y'all.
I guess they all had it their way.
Listen, y'all. I haven't been out.
I heard that,
Casey,
Jeff. I heard that.
Casey, I haven't been out. Like, I'm not saying I haven't been out. I'm telling you, the lady like does everything so I don't have to go out. She understands the blackness of the whole virus and all that. She's like, no, you don't go out. I go out for work. I'll get the curbsides. I'll get the date. And she's done it. It's been fantastic. Don't get me wrong. This has made me scared. Like, again, we can argue when you should open up or not. At some point, we're going to open up. And this shit makes me scared, JHG. I'm scared.
I don't think that was here. I think that was in another country. Because you look at the signage in there, that was not American signage. I mean, the Burger King thing, yes, but like up in the over the door, it says
Gotcha. Again, regardless, I'm scared. Y'all out there, you're all out there getting. Have you guys seen any of this shit? Because again, like they were taking down like the barriers that were like there for like COVID and shit. They were just like. Is this like, I don't know, do I have a war thing because I just stay in my house and I just see these videos and then I get all scared about it and then I'm like all anxiety filled? And you guys know I'm the road trip guy. You guys know I like to get on the road. If I can like go all kinds of places that I've never been to. I don't care if I'm black or not. It doesn't really fucking matter. I'm like, thought?
I'm Googling this fight now to just try to find out where this place is. I'm just like, I need to know.
This ain't the craziest shit I got. This is not the craziest shit I got.
What in hell precipitated that? Right? Somebody got set off the and this is great. This is recent too because they got masks.
They do have masks, yeah.
I mean, the water time still, as we know, it's still spending.
Yeah, this is the mask, yeah.
But the workers behind the counter, they've got
Salida.
like
Say that.
Salida
exit.
Yeah, exit. So then that's if it is America, JHG, it's an American place where, like, Casey, I don't know if you've been to enough places in America, but there are places where it's heavily Hispanic, and then they have Hispanic, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, they have Spanish signs and stuff. So, I was gonna say,
check the comment before that. That was it gives context for it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, Burger King UK.
No,
well, not this specifically, but in general, like,
yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. That was still not better than this guy though.
He need to get fired. For one, I own the fucking place, so you can't fire me.
I want to
bitches for two.
I want to see his little jump spin thing at the end. I want to see that whole thing,
right beforehand too.
He probably fell his ass down. He probably fell on his ass, and that's why it clicked off.
I got cars, trucks, everything, folks. 1625 South Main Street. Give us a call, 877-289.
He fell in his ass. Yep. I agree. I was telling Casey, was that on live or was on live? I was telling Casey that
Brazil.
Soon. Like these
Brazil. Videos. The fight was in Brazil.
Oh, so this is Brazil. Good eye, JT, about the messaging. You know what I mean?
My designer
Respectfully,
kudos to JHG. Kudos to JHG for noticing that.
Amazing.
It's one of the things I look for when I see this shit. I want to know where exactly it's going on, so I'll look for shit like that.
Wow.
For the record, there's some white ass Hispanic people there. For the record, because like that's what you know what I mean. Like obviously, Hispanic people have.
But do Brazilians count? I mean, they speak Portuguese.
Hold on. We're Americans. So we don't really have that perspective. Like there are white Hispanic.
Wait, how do they make that distinction? Oh God.
It's Play-Doh. It's just Play-Doh.
Stop.
Oh, it's Play-Doh.
It's just
So
Play-Doh.
at some
Casey,
point,
I just have to say this. Like after this little experience, I've known you for what, a whole 45 minutes now. When this COVID shit's all over, I'm flying to wherever you are. Like I need to get a coffee with you.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
That's all I just.
love you, Jeffrey.
But, well,
Casey,
Greg, we're having an affair like that. We're different, Greg. We're having an affair. I don't know Casey that well. Like Greg, you and I we still have a hug that is literally going to be like the hug heard around the world. Like I can't wait to embrace that face. Don't tell the lady I said that. I'm going to get a lot of trouble for saying that. But like
Right,
I can't
right.
wait for that hug.
But Casey,
I
get back
can't
to
wait.
Casey. Get back to Casey.
I can't. I am loving your whole energy. Like down. I can't even. I just can't. Like
Thank you.
I need to stalk you on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you
Oh, he's
are, and
all
don't
those
think for a
places.
minute I'm
I'm
going to
everywhere.
ask Greg about where to find you.
Places.
He's all those places. We'll figure that out and post it.
I need to like learn about you. Like I love your vibe.
Yeah,
Like,
Casey is.
And if you've got an
just saying,
iPhone, you can get him on Clubhouse, and you can get 60 hours of his time.
what's
and
Clubhouse? I don't know
and-
Clubhouse. I know y'all were talking about it before.
Jeffrey, this is the real truth. We limit Casey on here because
I love you, Casey. I love you.
We're like, if Casey wanted to, he could take over this fucking shit. So we gotta be like, we can only come
Hold
on
it back.
like once
Hold
a
it
month and
back.
shit.
Just
Right, like once a
the
month.
energy is high.
Like if Doug has to miss or
Like-
something, we'll put you on. Otherwise,
It's quarterly. It's a quarterly thing.
You guys are killing. Oh my
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Oh my
Crack-a-lackin' motherfuckers, Andrew Yates.
All right. How you like it, motherfuckers?
How you like it, motherfuckers?
No, I think he said what's crack-a-lacking.
Ain't made a video in a while because crack-a-lackin' motherfuckers, Andrew.
Yeah.
Crack-a-lackin'. Crack-a-lackin'.
What's
Yep.
crack-a-lackin'?
Crack-a-lackin'.
What's crack-a-lacking,
What's crack-a-lackin',
motherfuckers?
motherfuckers?
Hey, I don't know who he is, but he's amazing. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what you say.
I ain't made a video in a while because the
Anybody
fucking
says.
town flooded. Rains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit and start selling fucking boats.
No, listen,
It's
JC, I know you're going to agree. There is no way that guy does that after, like, if there was no Trump. Like,
Right.
Trump
right.
made Trump give
Yes.
that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yes.
give a fuck.
I wanted
Okay.
to see. I wanted to like.
On some level, though, like, on some level, you have to not give a fuck. And I understand. I know that every one of these guys in this box knows that. I know Jeffrey knows that. I know Casey knows that. But at some point, that not giving a fuck has a limit. You know what I mean? Like, and if you go over
Does it though for
then
some
you're
people?
a complete fucking asshole. Like, you know what I mean? There's a fine line. Am I wrong or jumping people?
I'm going to take a separate comment for just 2 seconds. I just need everyone to know. So I think we've had a problem over the last year, and the problem is
I'll
this:
be right back.
when people ask how are you doing, you know, we used to say fine, and then we kind of got jittery with it, and like because we're like, you know what? It's like we're not fine. We're all kind of struggling and everything. When someone asks me how I'm doing from now on, I'm pretty sure the line is going to start with "birds are chirping." Casey, how you doing today? Well, birds are chirping.
Birds are chirping.
Don't take me.
He
Don't take
said
me the rest of the way. Don't take me the rest of the way.
Oh my god! I had the videos that Greg subjects me to in general. I'm just like, this is stuff I would never see otherwise, and my life is forever changed because of it. I don't know if it's for the better. I don't.
You'll have to
gives
let
you
us
a-
know. There'll have to be some sort of follow-up then.
It gives
Oh
you
my
a
God.
glimpse into the underbelly of a lot of what we have to offer here.
I've taken this so Jeffrey, so I'm up in Toronto, and I've taken a number of trips down to the States, and I'm always like, I find out different things every time I go to a different city, and it's just like Greg brings a whole different level of just like, yo, you need to find out about all of this, and I'm like, did I though? Did I?
So are you born and raised from there?
I am, yeah. Right next door to
Awesome.
Toronto is Mississauga, so the biggest suburb.
Sure.
Like I think it's like the 7th biggest city in North America. But yeah, and then I moved into
I've actually
Toronto
been to
proper.
that city.
Why?
And you want to know why? Because there's a food bar manufacturer there that I used to utilize as I'm a food scientist. So there is right outside of Toronto is a major food production company. And they have 3 satellite facilities, one in Toronto proper, and then at least 2 that I know of just outside, one in the city you mentioned, and then one south. So I haven't been to that particular plant, but I've been up to Toronto a few times to tour the facility and to do oversight. So yeah.
Wow.
Total fun.
It's a
not
small
expect
world.
that.
It's a small world.
Small world.
I mean,
Well, if you come to Toronto again, like there's a lot here that doesn't involve being in a factory. That is
My wife-
awesome about this place.
it's weird because you think of like, I think in the States, when we talk about the cities that are outside of the United States, we think of them as being so far away and distant and remote. And oh my God, how am I going to get there? And Toronto is not far away from Buffalo. And you could drive there in several hours and you'd be there. And
Not even several. You could do it in like 2 max.
Right,
Like it's an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right. So, and I say that because my wife and I have been looking to do like a cross country thing in an RV, and we were looking at maybe going places. And I started looking at the Niagara Falls area, and I was like, "Look, there's Toronto. It's right there. We could go there."
Yep.
And we've actually, when I lived in Massachusetts, we would drive west to go see my parents-in-law, and we'd drive through Canada to get to Michigan because it was far easier to do that than to go around the lakes. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I think there are a lot of people that don't appreciate geography. And
I was just going to say, it's just the appreciation of geography,
right?
You know, unless you live in a tri-state area, you fail to remember that most places have their own tri-state area. And you know, even here down in like the Philly area, I didn't grow up in the Philly tri-state area. My tri-state area was New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey. That's where I grew up. You know, I moved down to Philadelphia, started hearing the same term, and I was just like, oh, wait a second, what an ethnocentric perspective. Like everybody must have that sense. And then you just start looking at the geography and you're like, oh, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey. Great. That's my new tri-state area. Right. And then you start thinking about where all the things are. So yeah, I can totally see from Buffalo, you know, traversing just going west right through Canada just to get over there.
Yep.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
It was
Just learn the
fantastic.
map.
And it's beautiful too. I mean, that part of Canada is a beautiful stretch. It's just gorgeous. And I don't think people appreciate and understand geography enough. Our school systems fail our kids so much when it comes to geography and understing and appreciating
You
geography.
have America, then you have
diversity.
this stuff up here. What this thing?
Right.
Well,
Look at
and
all
pretty
this
much.
land.
And then we have this.
Oh no.
You can go. You can go.
I need to tell you to fuck off.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay.
Fuck off.
Okay. Grind
Call the
face.
cops, goddammit. If
I
you
think,
don't like me,
well,
open
I
your
mean-
fucking call them.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Karen,
You call them. You can call me fucking Karen if you want to.
I just
Get
did.
me on video. Well, good.
You,
How many times do I have to tell you to fuck off?
that's the second time now.
Okay, good. And
Okay.
I told you a third one, and you still keep hounding me.
All you,
Fuck you. Call the cops. Call the fucking cops. Call the property
are you done?
management.
Holden Fifi.
Are you done?
Motherfucker.
Are you
Call
done?
them now.
Are you done?
No, I'm not. Are you done?
I'm waiting
have
on
been
you,
on my
man.
ass for no fucking reason.
No, it's been a reason.
Okay, no, it's not.
Yeah.
How many times do I see people out here walking their dog, not picking up their dog shit?
They live here.
Is there a prequel?
Is there a sequel?
I don't know that I want to watch that, but I'd give the prequel a shot.
No, I would give the prequel a shot to know what the hell's going on. But in case you're,
I would love context. And I rarely say that. I rarely say that I want context, but like, I mean, what set them off? Like, wow, what a.
I always tell Casey, like,
Privilege.
these videos end too quick. Like I always need more out of these.
I need more
context.
In case he's like, look,
I just want a little more context on that one. I mean, nobody should ever speak like that to anybody.
I largely just enjoy.
You're not gonna ever get it. So
I largely enjoy the fact that we've gone from Greg explaining that it's like a substitute teacher type situation where like all hell breaks loose to Doug being like, "Is this beer 5?" And I'm like, "It is beer 5." Like Doug, your boy's lost his mind over here.
Right. Oh my God. I've had this one before. It's all right, but it'll be good for where I'm at. No, I'm Jeffrey. I always want more context with that. I always do. So, Casey, you got another beer? I haven't even been asking. Casey, you got another beer? JHG?
I'm going to get to another one.
Yes, Doug. All hell.
Again, from my local brewery, Left Field Brewery. This is I'm trying to get it to show up. There we go. So we have the Left Field Boss.
Blackberry.
I like
blackberry sour. It's a Foder aged sour beer, and it's come on. I hate you.
And it's $69.99.99, right?
It's $69.99.99. That's right. I stayed on my savings.
Is it squirty? Does it squirt?
Oh, it squirts.
Oh.
I couldn't.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
I couldn't help myself. Oh, that color.
Look at that color. Wow.
Oh.
Dave lived in London. He drove to Wales for 3 hours. My friend in London visited Texas in Missouri and asked if I could eat it for lunch.
No, this is good. This is really good. I had it before and I realized that. So my local brewery, they've been kind of like around we've been in the neighborhood for about 12 years.
I just saw that shit in the bottom.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Beautiful day. Birds are chirping, the dishes are squirting, and then fucking refunds are churning, boys. Yaden's Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want from $5.99 to $69.999 or whatever the fuck. I don't care.
I can't with this.
$69.999.
Sorry, go back to what you were saying.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this brewery has been in my neighborhood for like 6 years or so, and they're like, they're like your usual like short can type brewery where you just kind of like you pick them up for a good time, whatever. But recently they started like experimenting with like a higher grade type of beer, and this is like they had 2 other ones like this, but this is the blackberry one, and it's really good. Do a whiteboard drawing and I can't. He'll stop.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Oh, that guy is great. I love that guy. We need to find out where he is and what he does.
I am going to go for another.
Some JHG. Oh, when I know.
Serenity Stout.
Yeah, sweet stout.
I cannot pass up this stout.
Oh, Greg, did you miss that when we were gone where it said basically now my answer to how are you is birds are chirping? Anytime someone asks me, like birds are chirping.
Right. I just went and got this beer is what I did, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sweet, y'all.
Yeah, Greg.
So about an hour and a half into our stream start, are we ready for the video that I'm pretty sure is the craziest one I'm going to show?
Ever or tonight?
Again, not ever, but it's up there. And again, if you guys don't agree that
we'll let you know
the craziest one I'm going to show tonight, then you're never going to probably be on the stream again.
And how Casey ended his tenure as a co-host.
It's great. It's one of those things. I learned a lot from our last president. You just say shit and you just tell people shit, and if they don't agree, then you just boot them off, get somebody else who agrees with your bullshit, and then you just keep it going. And then like when people stop agreeing with your bullshit, you cut them off, and then get people who agree with your bullshit, and then you just keep it going until your head explodes or something.
Casey, you renegotiate your contract for $69,999.
But this is bizarre. I actually before I even say it, I actually had to really even think about putting it on. I watched it a couple times, and the reason I say that is because
Really?
I don't want to put on, like, actually being real serious here. I'm not trying to put on people who I think are like mentally.
Oh, of course.
Of
course.
Jeff, you're muted. Jeff, you're muted. But I want to hear what you had to say, buddy.
I had a feeling you were trying to find the words to go there. You never want to try to find people who are suffering perhaps mental illness and are caught on video in a moment that is completely out of your control. I know you, and I think that anybody that knows your show should know the content of your character and know that you would never do something like that. I don't ever forgive impact over intent, but that would show me that your character is way greater. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I was thinking.
Now, you might disagree with me. You might say that I wouldn't have shown that. So I'm really cool with that if anybody ever says that. But like, that's where I was at when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, this ain't for us. And then as I keep watching it, I don't know, like, you guys tell me. So here we go. Again, I'm even a little bit apprehensive about this, to be honest with you. And it's the truth. So here we go. Here we go.
What did it for me, Corey? What did it for me, Corey? What did it for me? Corey. Corey. Man, I didn't want to look.
Somebody higher than Bronson.
Oh, y'all been doing them Jamaicans. Corey. Corey, you want to tell them? Corey, come on, baby. Be nice, kid. Yeah, that bitch go.
Where is she going?
There she go. Come on. Come on, baby. Tell him. Tell him, Corey. Corey.
Good.
Corey. Corey. You know what you told him, baby? You know what you told him?
Hey, you can't be touching this guy. No, you can't get up on this like that. What? Now we gotta throw all this shit away.
Hell yeah, we gotta throw
Nobody ain't gonna get...
Corey. That's some good whatever that is. What the hell? Hell no, bitch.
Clean up on aisle 3.
You wanna know why? You wanna know why I wanna do it? Corey, where you at? Corey. I'm gonna have to get rid of all this shit.
Yes, you have to get rid of all
Yes,
that.
you do. Yes. Yes. Yep. All has to go.
All right. Right, no.
She going on our spy table. She going on our spy table. He just fixed it. Bro, y'all need to get this lady. Ooh, she going. They need to.
Hey, you gotta go, mama. You gotta walk out.
She's just so drunk, right, guys?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something's... Yeah.
That's Molly, not a mental impairment. Where are we at with this one?
So
what
it's
did Jamaicans
so funny
have to
that
do with
David-
this?
Casey,
What did Jamaicans have to do with this? I heard Jamaicans come up, and I was like, "What the hell? Do not get us involved in this."
So David brings up a really good point. Like, a really close friend of mine does Molly's a lot. Like, actually, I think that person was high on Molly's. I genuinely think that they were tripping on something because, okay, I'm no judge of it. That's not my alley. Like, y'all know I'm pro cannabis. That's where I draw my line. I'm very much medical cannabis, and I'm cool with that. Even recreational, whatever you want to do with, that's cool. I don't go anywhere else near other stuff. But like, a friend of mine has described many instances of what Molly's do to people, and I've seen lots of videos sent to me. So, yeah, I think there was a foreign substance going on.
What's up with Molly though? I'm not familiar. I was a young buck, crazy, running around 20 years ago. So it happened at
Okay, Okay, so Molly's are pills that people will take either through like booty bumps where they're like put it up in their pump, in their butt, or swallow, I believe, and it it enhances sensation, feeling, especially sex.
That would make
very much
totally makes sense. Yeah, based on what she was doing, like the thing at the beginning,
she was like,
and
her boy Corey was something she was trying to bring back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And Casey's like, look.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta write this out. I gotta no.
So Jeffrey, you guys see where there was a fine line.
I wanted to Google it because it's MDMA is what it is. That's what Molly is ecstasy. Okay, and I don't want to. Again, this is not my line. This is not my line of. I'm not listening, Casey. I'm ignoring
Molly's
it.
Ecstasy.
Yeah, Molly is ecstasy. And I see there was. I don't want to call that mental illness. I don't think that's mental illness. But I'm not a.
I don't think that would. Based on what you see,
I was going to say David would be the one to really speak about. I know he took pharmacology.
Guys, there's an easy way to resolve the situation in the Black community. This is what we just call acting ratchet.
Oh, you went there. Oh,
wow. Like, I love how Casey just like brings it and just boils that shit down. I'm like,
I appreciate trying to take some education to this one.
Let's dial this down to.
I think there's an easy answer to this, my friends.
She ratchet.
She ratchet. She just.
You know, a Family Guy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So was that the weirdest clip I showed tonight? Come on now.
Yo, you win. You win.
So
we all lose, but you win.
I mean, again, we all love.
All you bitches hating on there. Oh, why she talk like that? That's mean. He need to get fired. For one, I own the fucking place, so you can't fire me. So suck it, bitch.
Right, suck it, bitches. I own the place. Like.
Oh my God! Oh,
listen, I'm gonna forward you all that clip. Don't even front if you don't want to see it.
Please do.
Oh my gosh, it's.
What was the I can't remember the name of the movie.
Pussy on a troop tank. Anyway, I got cars, trucks, everything, folks. 1625 South Main Street. Give us a call, 877-289.
Wait, he said it. He just said where he's at. I didn't even hear.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
All you bitches
It's like a full-on car commercial.
Why she talk like that? That's mean.
In the worst way.
Yes, in the
For one,
worst
I own the
way.
fucking place, so you can't fire me. So suck it, bitches. For two, you broke bitches couldn't sell pussy on a troop train. Anyway, I got cars, trucks, everything, folks. 1625 South Main Street. Give us a call, 877-289.
I can't hear where he says at the end now.
Because he cut
So
it
wait.
off. He just cut
Greg,
it off.
you know what that last clip did for me? I had to Google it because I think I have a mental block.
Sorry, that one.
You're good.
Okay,
All of this
I just
queer,
wanted to make sure
even
we're
this
flipping.
queer guy can't handle all of that.
1625 South Main Street, London, Kentucky.
Oh.
Kentucky.
Oh.
That makes
Andrew Yadin.
After
So
MDMA.
the name was in the bottom right corner of the TikTok video. So I was like,
Yeah, and it's funny, Dave, you mentioned that, and then I want to bring that clip to closure.
Oh my
because
gosh.
Good job, Casey.
I talk to my friend about that all the time that I know takes it, and not regularly, like once a month, but nonetheless, like you don't want to have to go on other stuff just to feel happy again. Like
That
this
is
is not
sad.
stuff to be playing with. Like
Wow.
anyway.
Wow.
Anyway, have any of y'all seen the movie Cuties on Netflix?
No.
No.
I heard about it and I was like, this sounds like dangerous territory.
What is it?
Okay, so yes, it is very well. Okay, I just want to be mindful of my own tongue because I try very hard to limit my judgment on any one person, any group, whatever the case may be. Cuties is a coming of age film, so to speak, on Netflix, and it explores the impact the streets have on young teenage girls and the lengths that they will go to be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
And in in those words, it sounds like an amazing movie because who wants to see what any young person would do to be accepted, right? But it really takes into light social media. There's also a huge sexual undertone to the movie, which is what it garnered so much controversy around it. And there was a lot of policing of sex, of bodies, and how girls should express themselves, and etc. But watching the movie made me feel uncomfortable. And watching that clip actually made me have that same exact feeling. And it's not that I have issue with like intimacy being broadcast like that, but that was just like, oof. Like that's bedroom.
It was uncontrolled.
Yeah, like it felt like that's why it feels like there's something else going on.
She had no control over it because she was in public and she had no awareness of what she was doing. She was feeling in that moment, right?
Absolutely.
And your mother said, like, you don't want to be acting like that in public, let alone on video. You know what I mean? There's always that aspect of like self-awareness. Like, we're like, you know, where did your self-awareness go? Like, did it go with the drugs? Did it go with, you know what I mean? Like, there's always some level of like, if I catch Casey on video doing something stupid, at some point, Casey, like, you know what I mean? Like his normal, you know, the Casey that I know, his normal reflexes just didn't kick in. So why can I see a video of Casey doing this? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, not jumping on the fucking the cucumbers and all that. I'm just saying it would be so out of character that like you would be like, man, something else is going on. Like, you know what I mean? Jeffrey, you don't have that contact with someone that you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know her.
Okay, that's too much squirting on Casey right now. No.
Someone, bitches be squirting.
I'm giving you the love.
Before I tell you what, I'm gonna tell these hunks of shit. Start selling fucking boats. Anyway, hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping. The bitches are squirting. And
I can't. Honestly, that is gonna live with me for a long time.
Doug, you need to come back, Doug.
Jeffrey, what is the problem? The birds are chirping and the bitches are squirting. What is the problem?
Doug, I'm so confused right now.
Like the bitches are squirting? Like, where are you? You're in Kentucky. That's where you're at. I got you. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Really? So I don't even want to bring this guy up, but we're gonna.
It hurts.
I want to see you guys' reaction to all this guy here. Kind of annoying, but what are we gonna do?
Your boss is running the what's your name? Mo? What the fuck kind of name is that? What is your actual real name? Mo what? Goddamn fucking Arabs.
All right, you know what?
You know what? I really don't give a fuck what some bitch has to say. I really don't give a shit about some goddamn Arab that I've been killing their goddamn kind for fucking 6 months.
Oh!
Almost 2, actually.
Super nice.
2 years.
Okay.
6 months on the last country I was in.
Okay.
Because people like this are the reason
Uh-huh.
Our country's going what it's going to.
Right.
Because I've been killing his kind for longer than you've probably been alive.
Can we get into Mary Garland?
How old do I think I am? I'm 55 years old.
That's cute.
Okay.
His kind, I've been killing for almost 20 years. I've been on 5 different continents.
Okay.
Hence the reason he brought his uncle to come handle shit for him.
Well.
Okay, so I get what the guy is saying is that like he's been on different tours in Arab countries and he has quote unquote killed Arab people. No, motherfucker.
He's an expert. He's an expert on Arab. That's what he's saying. What he's saying is he's an expert on Arabs.
Right. Where's the investigation?
Arabs.
These are the type of people that need to be investigated. Like when you run around saying that you quote, like the honorable people that are in our military don't talk about that shit.
Nope.
They don't.
Do you remember the campaign in America, How to Spot a Jap?
Excuse me?
Do you remember the World War II campaign that America put around, How to Spot a Jap? That's exactly what that rings of right there. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, it's.
Well, these motherfuckers need to be investigated because again, if you run around saying,
I agree.
killed Arabs, motherfucker, that means that, I want to know a little bit more about that. Now, again, I understand that in the military, that's what we do, and that's kind of the whole process, and it sucks. And I'm not.
Yeah, but that's some next level either PTSD shit and uncontrolled anger. Because at the end of the day, if you're not able to discern that there's a difference between the people who you're fighting and that there are people who are not those people who might be within that same culture, then fuck off. Like, you need to check yourself. Like, you need to just check yourself. That's like saying all Arabs suck because they all blew up the Twin Towers. Fuck that shit. Right? Fuck that shit. Like, don't be stupid like that. That's just plain stupid.
And that shit needs to be further investigated, period, not end. Like, if it was all legal within our military, that's fine. But you running around at some fucking, what is it, cellular
cell phone store?
Screaming
right?
and hollering about
no.
that? Oh, it makes me
step aside.
Right.
Can we talk for 2 minutes on this? So, okay, hold on.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is what always, like...
Please.
Preach.
This is what blows my mind every single time we talk about this. So, okay, Canada,
it, boo.
U.S. next to each other, right?
Yep.
Canada's military size is 23,000 people.
Small.
The American military is 1.3 million, and I'm always just kind of like the amount of pride. I don't know. I see the defense budgets. I see how much pride there is in American military, and I get that
pride.
But it's just like, it kind of blows my mind. Well, let me rephrase that then. The pride.
Oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. No, I'm just throwing some shade. I'm throwing shade.
No,
but it's just like it blows my mind when it's like it's swung around like a huge stick. We're just kind of like, no, we're like this is how we are. This is the American way of doing things. I'm like, no. This is problematic, guys. Damn.
It is a systemic problem that the U.S. has, where we feel like we are strong if we have a big military. It's the big dick syndrome that so many men in
big dick syndrome. In a while because the fucking town flooded. I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit.
All right, there's no big dick syndrome.
No, not at all.
Not at all. What are you talking about?
Nope.
What?
Doesn't exist.
And the refunds are churning.
Hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping. The bitches are squirting.
Yeah. Because he made it happen.
Casey, how dare you?
Look what you've exposed, Casey. Look what you've exposed.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Non-American. Talking about America. You have no right.
Oh my god.
Refunds are churning, boys. Yaden's Auto Sales. We've got cars, trucks, anything you want for $5.99.
I'm really questioning this relationship with Casey. I really am.
Right. Casey, how dare you? You have some what do they say? Unmitigated gall.
Oh god.
$9.99 or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Hey, anyway, all you bitches hating on there.
All you bitches hating
on there. All you bitches hating on there.
He didn't get fired. For one, I own the fucking place, so you can't fire me. So suck it, bitches.
Right.
Yes.
Again, that is everything you need to know about America. I own a place. Yep. Suck it, bitches.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's funny because again, people of his ilk, with all due respect, are the ones running into mass places, trying to not have their masks on.
Right.
And you don't own the place, bitch. So what? Wait. Where are we? What's going on? I want to.
Right. No,
what?
Exactly.
Huh? I'm just asking.
What? So wait. Huh?
American entitlement at its best.
Oh my god! Is this so obnoxious? Isn't it, Jeffrey?
It's so obnoxious.
It is.
It's beyond obnoxious because that is not. It's interesting, and I hate to relate it back to the nails, because I've been exposed now to the nail community and like the small businesses that supply all the at-home folks, most especially since the pandemic has hit. And you know, I think to myself, I've had some bad experiences because, you know, hello, green hair, I've had brighter hair, I've had different colors, I come out with crazy stuff on my nails, you know, and as I'm busting in a group of ladies, I either scare people or I'm really welcomed. And in the first few weeks, months that I had started sharing and posting, I wasn't very welcomed. But then I started getting into the dip community, and I'll tell you something, these small businesses understand how to treat people. And I'm in several groups, and I'm very specific about my joins. I will not join groups that won't protect things like queer phobia, that will not support posts like Black Lives Matter, that won't support things like anti-misogyny and anti-racism, because that's not a space for me. I don't want to condone anything that's around that. And it's a shame that a business like that exists, because it only propagates the nastiness that is that American entitlement. And I would never support that business just by virtue of that video. I don't care how good the damn cars or trucks or whatever shit snake oil stuff the guy is selling. I truly don't care.
It's the person.
Because I would. It's the person. It really comes. It really comes down to Chick-fil-A. I have never bought Chick-fil-A personally. I will never buy Chick-fil-A personally. I don't care how many apologies you issue. I don't care how damn good your chicken is. It doesn't matter to me. I don't give a goddamn no reason you support hate. It's period. End of story. My morals don't go there. You don't need my money. You got other people that will fund that shit, not me. Not today.
70 million.
So yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
It's been that's a small business I would never support ever.
Isn't that the American way though?
I mean, is it? Yes, unfortunately, it very much is. But it's the American white way. I mean, it's the American white colonial way, and it just takes to effect the fact that if you were to substitute a person of color in that exact commercial, what would happen?
It would be a totally different reaction.
It would be a totally different reaction.
It would be the opposite reaction. Opposite.
I guarantee you. And you put a female of color in that position, you've got the angry black bitch coming at you. And it's like you can figure every single stereotypical trope that's going to come up. And yet here we are, you know.
The niggas be squirting, that wouldn't work.
Wow.
No.
Just saying. That's what she would say.
Would
say the same if it was a black woman rolling up in a truck like this.
Would Omarosa say
beautiful day, niggas is squirting.
Would Omarosa say
chirping?
Brains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit. Start selling fucking boats. Anyway,
would Omarosa say that?
Right.
Ooh.
Right. Again, the birds are chirping and the niggas are squirting. And again, like, no. I said it 2 times. And I even
it would go down. Like,
correct.
Done. Done. In a heartbeat.
But that is the American attitude. I mean, it is the American attitude, and it hasn't changed since the 1600s and since the 1500s, because we come in guns a-blazing and we think we own the place.
Yes.
Period. End of story. It's just, I mean, it's no different than how we came into the Americas. I mean, I say that purposefully. I don't say America, Americas. Right? Like, those subtleties of language that we have to change as Americans, because we have to recognize that I say we have to. I'm definitely, and I recognize I'm more foolish, but we have to, because anytime I have traveled abroad, and I have been blessed in my life to be in over 30 countries, you know, I think one of the most, I've been to over 30 countries. That's actually how my husband and I met. So between 13 and 16, what's that?
We just need to bring you back to talk about your world travels. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. But I'll tell you, probably the most enlightening experience was in my adult life. And we were in Costa Rica on our honeymoon. And we were in a group guided tour of the rainforest. And I made a fucking white ass ignorant comment about America. And the tour guide very, very gently and beautifully said, Americas. we're also an American here. And I looked at the tour guide and I said, you know something? What an amazing thing you just taught me. And y'all can go search my Facebook because I posted about it.
That's awesome.
It's amazing to hear other people's perspectives because that's where you learn. And so much of my opinions have been shaped by people outside of this country, from family that lives in Sweden, to, being in Japan and loving that culture and being in. I'll talk to y'all about that. Japan was one of my more favorite places.
World perspective is exceptionally important because you have to understand how people perceive you on top of how you feel about yourself, right?
Absolutely.
You have to know how you are perceived to be able to grow as a person. And,
absolutely.
And if you don't understand how Europeans feel about you, how the Japanese feel about you, how the Indians feel about anywhere in the world, you are not going to be a better rounded person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are. Right?
Correct.
You have to experience the world to experience humanity, because
it's true.
Because humanity is a global thing. It's not it's not a cultural thing. It's not a country thing. It's not a state thing. It's not a whatever it is, whatever people think it is. It's not that. Humanity is humanity, and you share common. You share common experiences, despite where you live, despite the environment you're in. There are common experiences that we all share. Kids are a pain in the ass. It doesn't matter where in the world you live; they're a pain in the ass.
Except if you're an
Inuit. Greg is going to spit out his beer because he knows that's true.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Y'all should read up on the Inuits of Greenland and how they handle their young children. It's pretty amazing, actually. There's been some pretty intense parenting studies on how the elders teach their young and how they handle specifically like things like anger with their children. It's pretty freaking awesome, actually.
Really?
I don't think I couldn't even imagine it having twin 4-year-olds right now. But like, they never yell at their children. They never get angry at their children. And there have been like quite a few studies done on their parenting ethics.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You have to share that stuff because
I'll find one of the articles for you. It's really cool.
Because
you're going to read it and be like, I've done that. I've done that. Oh, fuck, I've done that. Oh, I failed being an Inuit Indian parent. I can't do this. Like, but it's quite amazing to think about.
Do we show one video or do we wrap? It's up to you guys.
Show a video and wrap, man.
Show a video.
Let's go.
Like 3 minutes.
Who cares?
Let's go.
Like 3 minutes.
Let's go.
It's fine. Do it.
What's another 3 at this? What's another 3 at 2 and 13?
Right. This has been an awesome conversation and can keep going. Do it.
Crazy.
Let's go.
I'm warning you. She's crazy.
You've warned. Go.
Duly warned.
Let's
go.
Yeah. Put it on your face. Put it on his face.
All right, let's see. What's up, guys? So we're over here filming over here, exercising. Look what this lady wants to tell us. Go ahead. Let us know. Go ahead.
I said you're a scumbag.
Uh-huh.
You're child pedophilers, faggot bitches that turn into terrorists.
Okay.
You fuck each other's asses, suck each other's dicks, and rape children, and and you're terrorists now because you hate yourself so much.
I was wondering about. Well, forget it.
Now you're taking pictures in front of a plane to remind you of 9/11. I'm gonna feel stupid taping this, right? Put it on you.
You still feel stupid taping that.
All right, now let's get her license plate. Hey,
yes, yes, please do.
This shit up.
Oh, she gets crazy.
What the fuck?
Let me get your license plate.
Look at this girl.
Put your license plate down.
You gonna run me over too?
Oh, you so American that you look like you're not terrorists?
You gonna run us over?
I would never do that.
Oh.
I'm putting y'all on Facebook.
Go ahead.
Oh, go for it.
No, I'm
You're
really
right.
not gonna feel stupid
Yeah.
because you're not
Please,
American
bring it.
top team. You're American terrorists.
Is that a German flag
And God
on
told
her
me so.
shirt?
God is in your brain and your brain.
Hey, look, hold on.
Show
Wait,
everybody
wait,
whose
wait,
dick you
wait,
suck.
wait.
Show everybody whose dick you
talking
suck.
about God.
Show everybody whose dick you suck.
Like a
She said
dumbass.
Show
someone
everybody
sucking
whose
cock like
dick
it's
you
a bad
his.
thing.
His
Girl
dick.
needs to get her cock down her throat. Shit.
Come on, look at
Like,
this.
I know
Right.
you're
Like it's a
American.
bad thing.
You're a
Right.
hoarder.
Trash.
Yeah, I'm a
Trash.
fucking Middle Eastern and you're a hoarder watching American television.
What does that say?
Watch American television about hoarders. That's American television.
Oh
That's
yeah.
American television. In front of the airplanes, trying to act like you're so cool with 9/11. You suck his dick, right? You're child pedophiles, right? Well, look at him. Look at him. Look at him, the guy's dick you suck. You, the guy taping it, you suck his dick. He sucks
says
your
it like
dick.
it's a bad
You both
What
bend
kind
over.
of shirt is that? That's Africa's shirt. That's Africa.
That's right. That's not you. Africa loves God. You don't love God. You don't love God. You don't love Jesus.
don't think
You
you-
don't love Jesus.
don't either.
You don't
You
love
love
Middle
Jesus.
East.
You
You
don't
don't love
love
Middle
Jesus.
Easterns.
You
You
don't-
don't love Middle Easterns.
love Jesus.
You don't love Middle Easterns. You don't love Middle Easterns.
Hey, you
You don't
wanna
love
ride the board? You wanna
You
ride
do
the
not love Middle Easterns in America.
I
You do
told
not
you.
love
I
Middle
tried to
Easterns in
warn you.
America. You
I
do not
warned you.
love Middle Easterns in Middle Eastern.
Hey, would you like
You
to
do
ride
not
the
love
I
these
warned you.
Middle Easterns in America
warned
hate
all of
Middle
you.
Easterns. They hate Middle Easterns in America.
I'm not
They hate
even
Middle
Middle
Easterns in the
Eastern.
Middle East. They hate Middle
The
Easterns.
narrator says it's
Please
from
take me.
Brazil.
It is American fucking
My blood
Japanese
pressure is like
Asian
up.
bullshit.
Yeah, right?
That shit sets on fire. Like he's gonna set on fire in hell.
They're from Brazil.
I love
He's
those.
he
Is this
hates Middle Easterns.
Wait.
He hates Middle
They're Brazilian
Easterns.
brothers.
He hates Middle Easterns in
Get down
America.
there.
Bye.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Can I just take a paddle?
Why are you taping video of a airplane? Exactly. Get that. Get that. You two faggot child molesters that hate Middle Easterns in America and in the Middle East. You think you're so cool. You think you're so cool taping an American from a Middle Eastern that hates Middle Easterns and hates Middle Easterns in America. You know. I need to go to church. You're going to hell. You think that's an American? You laugh at American.
You're going to heaven.
We're going to hell.
You are
God,
going to
save
hell.
her! Save her,
He
God!
needs attention.
Bring on Howard.
He needs attention. Give him attention.
Then what the fuck?
They know what I'm saying is real in Middle East and in America. You all hate Middle Easterns. You Middle Eastern American fucking faggots.
Have a great day.
American faggots
Have a great
that
day.
hate Middle Easterns that go with the Middle Eastern way to make the Middle Easterns look bad. They're both Middle
You're
Eastern.
not even Middle Eastern.
You are Middle Eastern. You are Middle Eastern. You hate Middle Eastern.
We play soccer league. Opa!
Yo, this shit gotta go.
I hope she backs up and gets smacked by another car.
Hey, hold on, wait.
License plate number. Why are you taking pictures of airplanes, first of all?
Jesus loves you.
Why to take? I know he does. Jesus is right here.
Jesus loves you.
Why are you taking video?
Why are you
You're a
talking to
Middle
us?
Eastern that hates Middle Easterns. You want Middle Eastern little boys like you to get raped and go to hell.
Yeah?
And you want them to turn into terrorists.
Real quick.
Like the Brazilian Peruvian that hates God. That hates Middle Easterns.
What?
So, thank you everyone for this episode of Brothers and Booze. We hope you enjoy. Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
Okay, so was she crazier than the woman in the supermarket with the?
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
wow. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, the woman in
There's no
Walmart,
doubt in my
the
mind.
woman in
Wait,
Walmart
wait.
was on Molly. This woman is just
Right.
batshit crazy.
Right.
Yes, thank you. There's a
Okay,
big difference.
okay,
Yeah.
I'm not
okay.
going to hate someone for fucking their mind up with. I don't know what their situation is. I know that woman grew up with a whole hell of a lot of hate, and
Yep.
that's all I need to know right there. There's
Yep.
that moral compass that we talk about. That compass be out of whack. There is no amount of geomagnetism that's going to bring that compass back up into gear. She just needs to go.
Go. Yes, go.
Go.
Yes, go.
Jeffrey, that was a wonderful way to say it. And David Rogers.
She needs to eat a dick. At least let her eat a dick and go.
What about
no. She doesn't deserve that. She doesn't deserve that. No.
Well, I didn't tell you it was going to be a nice dick.
Oh well.
I'll be like a Stone Age faggot, and I will just chop up a stone and make it like a dick and shove it down her mouth.
Well,
she took something so. She did the one thing for me. You know how like. I don't know how it is for people of color, but you know how like some people like there are just some things that are said that are so stereotypical and downright filthy disgusting that there's just no way you can speak to them. The minute you cross that line and start to talk about people who are gay and pedophilia, I'm done. Because one of the very first instances of homophobia I ever experienced was somebody telling me I couldn't babysit their children because I had just come out. And I'm going to tell you something. There is nothing. You know, I'm raising children here, and I couldn't even imagine. There isn't a single thing in my mind. There is an illness called pedophilia, and there isn't an illness called queerness. Pedophilia is the illness. So she lost me there. So I have no sympathy for her. She can go eat that rock dick and die. That's what she can do.
She can eat a bag of dicks, actually.
Go for it. Yes. I will make it special for her.
No, but you're right though, and that's clear. Like it's clear propaganda when that shit starts to happen, where like people are talking about homosexuals and then pedophilia in like the same sentence. Like that is some bullshit.
Oh,
and there's just really no.
Oh, Casey had. Wait.
It's a trope that's been around for so long. It's disgusting. It's a trope that's been around since the 30s, since the 1930s, and it violates me. And I don't know that people realize just how ingrained it is in our society. But like here, it is.
Well, Jeffrey, speak to actually, JC. We'll get to you after that, but speak to the hurtfulness of it. I want it to be documented on my stream, the hurtfulness of it as a person.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It really goes back to some of the most original of queer activism in America. And I should preface queer white activism because there was definitely queer activism way before and by people of color. But Harry Hay was one of the founding fathers of the Mattachine Society. And Harry Hay, unfortunately, had taken some money from what's the name of the organization? I'm drawing a blank because it's late and I got to take my kid's potty. That's what's on my brain, right? Because I'm such a bad, evil person. NAMBLA, NAMBLA.
NAMBLA.
And if you're not familiar with NAMBLA, it is an organization that has peddled in pedophilia, no puns or puns intended. And because Harry Hay had accepted some money, and Harry Hay did have some views on homosexuality, and he had some questionable views, but that doesn't mean that homosexuality is innately bad. But since the 30s and 40s and that sort of intertwining of Harry Hay and NAMBLA, there has definitely been that conservative view that homosexuals were recruiting young teens and were actively having pedophilia or pedophilia, whatever word you want to use. And it's, if you ever notice that trope is really used specifically with men and boys, it's never used around women. And it was born in around queer white activism. And it's so important that people recognize that and call that shit out for what the fuck it is, because it's so ingrained. I mean, it's so ingrained. It's what led up to the lavender scare. I mean, and like, I know I'm throwing some terms down and we can talk about the queerness and the queer history of it, but it's just like, it's so deeply rooted. And to know that in the mid 90s, when I was being, when I was in my teens and babysitting and doing things that normal kids do, and all I wanted to do was babysit my fucking neighbor's children so I can earn money to buy Magic the Gathering cards, and you're going to tell me I can't babysit your children because you believe some fucking stereotype from the 1930s? Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, if I can't sit there and watch a Disney movie and teach your kid how to freaking count blocks and make stacks, you got something else. You are the one with the issue. It's not me. Like, not me. That really is like,
yep,
yeah, that one, that one hits hard, and like
David's right. David's right.
JC, you had something to talk about before we wrap
it's
this
the
up?
truth, David.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, seriously. I mean,
JC's like, no, I'm good.
No,
Like,
I
it's almost
cannot,
hard to like even like follow that up.
I can't. I mean, in all honesty, Jeffrey is the one that can speak to this. I can't.
Yeah, this is why you have him.
I'm a straight white man. I cannot speak to the experiences that Jeffrey has had, and Jeffrey is the one that needs to be heard and listened to.
Yeah, and
I appreciate that. I wish even the queer community understood more of it and where some of this stuff comes from, because some of them joke about some of this shit. And it pisses me the fuck off that they don't even know their own history, and they don't know some of the people that have fought for them, and they think that Stonewall was what started it all. And I'm like, yo, boo thing. And I hate using that term. You need to go back in history and you need to read a book. Talk to some of the queer elders that are remaining, because there's a lot more history before Stonewall. And some of them are black people, and you need to know them. You need to know who they are. Because when you look at like Lucy Williams and what she did in the 1880s as a trans woman, yo, that's fucking pioneering shit right there. And she served her time for it. So like there is some queer history that needs to be known, and it's always vilified, as David said. If you can't accept anything other than straight sex, it's just like it's evil.
People
you talk about Lucy. I mean, we even talk about the shit that who's our mainstream drag queen? RuPaul. That RuPaul has going through. And like again, that's a century after Lucy. So like it's very
and honestly, and this is something we can have a sidebar about, even Ru has some of her own stuff that she needs to work through. Truth be told, for all the things that Ru did and has done, and she's done amazing stuff. Yes, black trans women. People think, and listen, I don't like to segregate groups, but I'll tell you something. Some of the most amazing conversations I've had have been with black trans women. And it's because they've been so fucking shit upon, because people don't believe who they are or who they is. And it's on so many different levels. There's so much intersectionality there. Right. You know, from let's just talk about being raised in a black family and queer, let alone trans queer. Like, and I know I can't speak to that experience, but I've had so many friends that are black and queer and black and trans queer. And it's like, my heart aches. My heart fucking aches. Like
empathy is the part of the equation that people have to be able to listen and understand the plight of other people. And if you aren't able to open your ears and just sit down and listen and hear the voices of those that you aren't familiar with, you're never going to learn anything.
Nope.
You can't.
Ever.
And
ever.
On that note, if we don't end this stream, we'll be here another hour.
I really love you guys.
You're so good with segues.
Yeah, I don't know. We got to try to do something. because I blame Casey. I blame this all on me, because I even said I could have just said, "Look, we're out," and then like I could have showed this like post production.
We're out.
Like, cool. I was like, "No, motherfuckers, let's try to have another one." And like I knew it was loaded, and I knew that Jeffrey would.
Yeah, I
know Jeffrey would be affected by that, because of all the whole like queer and like she's just turning around like you're sucking each other's dicks, like it's a problem.
I think it's a bad thing. Like, please, honey.
First of all, with more than 50% of the population that is watching this, again, I'm sorry if people are going to be uncomfortable by this, but you need to be uncomfortable. More than 50% of the population that's probably watching this loves dicks. Okay, so if it's a woman or they're gay, they love penises. So it's not going to work. Like, we're like, oh, you suck each other's dick. Like she was saying, like it was a bad thing. Well, again, if that's their arrangement, good for them. But like they never even said that. So then like, it was just like, and then the other thing that I was personally, Jeffrey already said what he was offended by. This is what I was offended by the most. as a moderator of the Black Fathers Foundation, Black Fathers group on Facebook, which has over 78,000 Black fathers and Black men in it. It just really is offensive to me for you to be like, oh, you're fucking Arab. You're fucking.
You were going to go there.
From Brazil, bitch.
Right.
You don't know. And with all due respect, as a moderator of that group, we have conversations about like, is this dude white? Is this dude like? Do we have white guys in here? Like, if he's white and he has a Black female as someone who he's married to, and then they have kids, is he allowed in this group? And we have all these conversations, and this is running around acting like she knows who is like Arab and you're Brazilian. Nobody knows this. How do you know they're not from Portugal? How do you know they're not from Spain, Mexico, Brazil? I mean, you don't know. So
that's why you have BIPOC as a term.
This whole "what are you?" like it just really always annoyed me as a person who people see as a light-skinned Black guy. So then, of course, I'm always like, "Oh, you half Black, half white. What are you, bitches? I'm Black." Because you see the blackness. You see enough blackness that you know I'm Black, so you're going to discriminate against me. That's all you need to know. Whether I'm Brazil, Jamaican. I mean, what the fuck?
Drop.
It doesn't really...
One drop. I mean, that's the world history right there.
It's only white people who really give a fuck about anybody else who's like any kind of different.
Is it though? So can I ask a question?
Sorry,
can I ask a question? No. But is it though? Because I mean, there are friends of mine that even within the Black community, you're not either Black enough or you're too light skinned. And like, I mean.
That's a whole
I've heard of those
story,
conversations,
right?
And again, it's that whole white centric thing of
I
white is
completely
best,
take
white
back
is
all that. But I think I think definitely what I'm kind of going at is that like, it's a white supremacy thing that it comes from. You know what I mean? Like questioning what your background is more of a white supremacy thing, because it's not like Casey's running around but like, what? You know, I'm Jamaican, you know, Canadian. What are you, Greg? Like, I'm with you, Doug. I'm sorry, Doug. Jeffrey. I miss my dog. Where you at, Doug? I missed you. But no, I'm with you. There is a segment of that, but at the same time,
there's two white guys to fill in for the dog.
It always surfaces in a white supremacy area where we have to define people where they're from.
Correct. And it's important. I think it's incredibly important to define where you're from, because it shapes a lot about how you can have a conversation. It also shapes a lot about your education, because simply being able to say Black people as opposed to people of color, because what does people of color actually mean? In different countries, it means very different things. And it's why you can't do things like abbreviate terms, even like, and I'm going to say it the wrong way purposefully, don't say BIPOC. You see that in white communities. BIPOC. Say it. Don't shorten it. Don't think you're cool. Let's talk about people's experiences. Let's not assume that everybody that is in America that is Black has family that has heritage of slavery. Let's not assume that. Let's do better. Like, let's do better. Yeah, sooner to hear the birds chirping.
I saw that, Dan. I was like,
rains anymore. Tell you what, I'm gonna sell these hunks of shit and start selling fucking boats. Anyway, hey, beautiful day. Birds are chirping. The bitches are squirting. And
I love it. I love it.
Listen now. On that note, listen. If we don't shut it down now, we're never gonna shut it down. So I'm shutting it down. You guys are shit. JSG and Jeffrey, we'll schedule you for later. Casey, obviously you'll be around. I gotta shut this down. We're like 2